Check one, check one.
Yeah. We're not live, are we? Oh, uh-oh.
Check. Two check, two check. Let's see. On one. Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cathedral Catholic Salute to Service Night. First, I would like to welcome our special guests, members and family of the Special Forces Association of San Diego, our generous sponsors, Mr. Andrew Gasper of the Warrior Foundation, Freedom Station, and Mr. Doug Simonovich of the Shortcut Foundation. It is an honor to stand before you today to express our deepest gratitude to every veteran, reservist, and active duty member here today. We see you, we thank you, and we honor you. May we never take your service for granted, and may we live our lives in a way that proves us worthy of the sacrifices that you made for us. For the spouses, children, parents, and loved ones who served right alongside them, we thank you. You stood ready in times of peace and conflict to protect our country and keep our citizens safe. We look at the peace and safety we enjoy every day, and we must remember that it was not free, but it was fought with the courage, grit, and sacrifice of those who stood on the front lines. But the game today honor the heroes who made it all possible. Because of you, we can enjoy moments like this with friends and family. With that being said, let us honor the heroes that paved the way for our country. Please turn towards Zach and join us in honoring them. please join us in a moment of silence for our fallen heroes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor the National Color Guard from the Marine Corps. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Marine Band of San Diego.
As the sun begins to set on the San Diego coastline, we welcome you to the 2026 season opener for the #1 ranked Cathedral Catholic Dons as they begin their San Diego Section Open Division title defense. From Manchester Stadium on the campus of Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, California, the Dons Network welcomes you to the 2026 season opener as the Orange Lutheran Lancers of the CIF.
Please remain standing. President of Cathedral Catholic, Dr. Kevin Calkins, will lead us in prayer.
Shotgun with me tonight is Cathedral Catholic Senior Thomas.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Good and loving God, we give thanks.
Cathedral, the reigning Open Division champions, are the consensus #1 team in the San Diego section, and supporting that lofty ranking is the return of all everything back Honor Falave, last season's section Offensive Player of the Year, who will be playing on Saturdays next season at USC. Careful, if you spend too much time at him, you're going to be losing an opportunity to sleep on dynamic wide receiver Isaac Cook, who led the team with 1,200 yards last year and 12 touchdowns. Now with Brady Palmer moving on to college, the quarterback position was wide open in this offseason. However, Jay Serra transfer, Koa Smith-Mile will get the opportunity under center. So, Thomas, even with the loss of a talented senior class, the Dons look like a team that's ready for another title run.
I'm right with you, TC, on that one. The Dons are known for fielding outstanding defensive units. Every year they have that. And this season, it's no exception. As tackle Usu Mufili makes the moves over to the defense line, joining defensive tackle Ryder Malaknev, while linebacker Kevin Clark returns after that leading team in tackles last year. And I'm right with you on that, TC. The Dons roster this year flows so well, and it meshes perfectly with Coach Doyle's offense and defense. And even with a lot of transfers, they're ready for that two-peat.
Let's talk a little bit about Orange Lutheran. They opened their 2026 campaign last year with a gut-wrenching 23-22 loss to Miami Central, number 6 team in Florida, in which the Lancers led late in the game before allowing Central to steal the victory. After a 10-year run at Los Alamitos, Ray Fenton takes over the head coaching reins for a program in need of stability. Last year, the Lancers went 1-4 in the dreaded Trinity League before upsetting top-seeded St. John Bosco 20-19 in the first round of the CIF Southern Section Division I playoffs. The Lancer offense features several experienced, skilled players with all-league tackle Lucas Roa, who's committed to Texas. Although, Thomas, you had told me earlier that Roa will, he's the one who will not, no, pardon me. We'll get to the next player next. I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, folks. I apologize. And they also include wide receivers Nico Bland and Chris Flores Jr. Veterans Reagan Toki and Ezra Brown will again platoon at quarterback. The offense received 2 high-profile transfers in the late summer in highly touted lineman Austin Atala, all 6'7", 300 pounds of him, which, by the way, you had told me, Thomas, he will not be playing tonight, probably due to waiting on eligibility.
He is not dressed tonight, no.
While UNLV commit tight end Hudson Plug arrived from Troy High School. Now, the strength of this defense is unquestionably the secondary. The unit returns Chauncey Washington II, twins Anhor and King Johnson, and Matthew Zappian. Anhor and Zappian were all league selections in 2025, while Washington has emerged as one of the best defensive backs in Orange County. However, there is work ahead for this defensive front after the loss of Ohio State commit Marcus Fakatu to Sierra Canyon High. These two schools last met in the 2021 State Division I AA Championship, where Cathedral Catholic outdueled the Lancers in a 71-62 shootout. The Dons, ranked number 1 in the San Diego section, look to begin the defense of their Open Division Championship tonight, but will have to get through a battle-tested Orange Lutheran squad in their 2026 season opener.
You have an absolute magical game. Last time these two went face-to-face with that absolutely stacked 2021 roster, who are now half of them are all in the NFL. And that's impressive. Let's hope to see if we can see a game like this where Cathedral can take control and have an awesome shootout, but hopefully that defense can keep it strong with amazing guys like Honor on that dual threat side.
As we notice here today, Thomas, Cathedral Catholic will be donning new jerseys. These are camouflage jerseys that they've been offered tonight for this particular game.
Salute to service, man.
Salute to service.
Love
Thank
it.
you very much. And they'll be receiving the football, going right to left on your screen. They are in the camouflage jerseys, black pants, and red helmets. While Orange Lutheran from the Trinity League, they will be donned in their road whites with the red numbers and red helmets. Two outstanding teams ready to do battle tonight. Cathedral Catholic ranked 11th in the state. Orange Lutheran ranked 9th. So we got basically a top 15 matchup here in the state of California early on this season.
This game could set the tone for the rest of the season for the Dons and the Lancers.
Kick is underway, and we are off here from Manchester Stadium. That one goes into the end zone. No chance of return there, as Zapian's going to hand this over to the officials. And Cathedral Catholic with their first opportunity on offense for the 2026 season. They'll be led by J. Sarah transfer quarterback Koa Smith-Mayall. He'll be wearing his number 0. Played a little bit last year with J. Sarah. He was basically the backup quarterback. Threw for about 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Also dangerous with his legs, so he's an outstanding dual threat for Orange Lutheran. And Mayall start from the gun with 2 receivers to the far side of the field. He flips the tight end over the short. Going to throw this a short out pass on his first attempt and complete to Cook for a short gain of about 3 yards.
We see a lot of that from Isaac Cook with those post routes. So I noticed today, I walked down there checking out the warm-ups. The entire receiver corps looks so locked in today. They were running a lot of post routes, and I feel like we're going to see a lot of that today. And if Isaac Cook can get separation, he can fly. He had 1,200 yards last season, man. He's ready.
He's dangerous, and I think sometimes overlooked because of Falave.
That's what happens. You got a stacked roster.
2nd and 6, and the give this time right up the middle. And that is Flores in his first carry of the season. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. Work in the middle of the field and slow to get up for Cathedral. Back on his feet. Now he's going to stay down. They're going to have a timeout, an injury timeout on the field. That's a tough early pick for one of the starting offensive linemen for Cathedral. Hopefully nothing serious. With the injury, we're going to take a timeout ourselves. Just underway here from Manchester Stadium. No score between Orange Lutheran and the host, Cathedral Catholic Dons. You're watching live on the Dons Network. So, fortunately, nothing too serious there. Running off the field under his own power is the Dons lineman.
Fight hard, man. Fight hard. We love it.
3rd and a long 2 for Cathedral Catholic. Big give inside. Finds a hole, gets by 2 defenders. Breaks on 3rd tackle off the 30 and finally bumped out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Outstanding run by none other than Hunter Falave in his first carry of the season.
You can see that 4.41 40-yard dash. That speed's insane. He made that spin move right there off the line, and he just flew. That entire blocking scheme was amazing.
So after the Falave run, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Cathedral, well known for playing a very balanced offensive attack. This time, jet sweep to the left to Falave. Looking for some room, and this time drawn all the way out. It's loss of 2 on the play. Anor Johnson with the stop. Read that one all the way. Unable to get to that corner, Thomas.
Anor Johnson's a speedster, man. No matter, he can put himself on that blitz, and he can get right past it with the sweep on the line. Amazing work there by him.
So no gain on the play, but we have a holding against Cathedral Catholic. Now march the ball back another 10 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of poise here from Koa Smith. He's been playing super tight so far, and I think he's going to be having a good game today. The thing to get this game rolling is with Honor. I think we get Honor on here starting, and he gets him rolling, we'll be just fine.
So call it 1st and 20 for Cathedral Catholic now. Ball's back at their own 37-yard line. Mail at quarterback with Flores in his right hip pocket. 3 receivers to the near side. And here we go. The yellow laundry flies out again. And before we can get this one started, we may have a legal procedure against the Dons. Exactly what it is. And they're going to march back another 5 yards. So back-to-back penalties for Cathedral Catholic. Not the way you want to start your season.
Not at all. But I feel like we can pick it up here. We still got a long football game ahead of us.
So now 1st and 25 for Cathedral Catholic. They're going the wrong direction right here. And Orange Lutheran showing blitz at the line. 8 in the box for the Lancers. And they bring 4. Mayo with his first pass over the top to Falave. And he gets some of that penalty yardage back up to the 38-yard line.
Very impressive tackle by Northern Great Johnson. He hit that low hit on Honor, and he completely stopped him. That was impressive work right there. And Honor had a night line over there. He was going to go the entire way to the end zone if he didn't get stopped.
I'll tell you that Orange Lutheran secondary is one of the best in Southern California. This is not going to be an easy defense to throw against.
It's an absolutely stacked D-line and stacked defense, and along with their O-line, which we'll see eventually.
Quarterback Mayo for Cathedral Catholic. He's seen this Orange Lutheran team before in the Trinity League in the prior 2 years. So he is familiar with the personnel for the Lancers. 2nd and 19. Mayo calling signals. Lutheran showing blitz from the far side. They bring it. Mayo steps into the pocket, fires out in the flat, complete. One-handed grab by Zadon Smith.
Amazing play there by Koa Smith. I loved it. He completely stood control in the pocket, trusting that O-line with that fresh O-line too. And he made that move up there and he maneuvered right past down the D-line and checked it right in.
Getting a lot of that penalty yardage back, making it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5 from inside Lancer territory at the 48.
And if I'm Coach Doyle right now, I'm looking at Honor Flav and I'm telling him to run, 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 run. I think Honor is going to be getting this one here.
That's always a pretty good play call. Give it to number 9, let him do the work. Interesting. Well, seeing Koa Smith-Mayo with number 00. You don't see a quarterback wearing that jersey too often. More times it's a center.
They're a little scarier, too, though.
8:46 left to go in the opening quarter. Cathedral Catholic opening drive of the game, 3rd and 5 inside Lancer territory. They're showing blitz down the middle, and Mayo going to call off a, it looked like an audible, but now it looks like he's going to call a timeout here. Or we're going to have a delay of game penalty. And the Lancers baited Cathedral into that because they showed blitz in a couple different formations, and Mayo wasn't sure what he wanted to check out of and then check back into. So a 3rd penalty on this drive for Cathedral Catholic with this delay of game moves the ball back to the 47 of Cathedral, making it 3rd and 10.
That's that scarcity when you start off a drive with 3 penalties. That's not the best start you want. But again, they can always pick it up from there by keeping it clean, especially. And hopefully we can see it on this drive here. Now with a 3rd and 10.
Changes your play call a little bit when it's 3rd and 10 over 3rd and 5. So Mayo's going to send 2 receivers to the near side. That's Cook at the X position. And safety shallow, only 7 yards off the line. Let's see what they do here. Mayo looking to throw. He's looking at Cook. He's looking to go on the weak side pass, and that one nearly intercepted, broken up by Marcus Sanchez. As that pass by Mayo was short. Intended receiver, again, intended receiver again was Smith. And with the incomplete pass, Cathedral Catholic on their opening drive will have to punt it away to the Lancers with 8:41 left to go in the first quarter.
The pass was just a little short. He almost had him with the separation, but
that cornerback was on him like a hawk. It was amazing coverage right there. And it's outstanding defense for Orange Lutheran to start out this exciting Don's offense.
Absolutely. And this isn't like we said, this Orange Lutheran secondary is tough to pass against. Open kick nearly blocked, but a nice high hanger and a fair catch called to the 20-yard line by Olu. And the Lancers will get their first opportunity tonight on offense from about their own 20-yard line.
Also want to highlight Bryce Bergman's kicking ability. Remember we saw him last year. He was a unit. He kicked so far. He kicked it back to the end zone and drove like 40-yard field goals. Impressive work, and almost got that blocked punt, but he got it just high enough.
He's an outstanding kicker and punter for Cathedral. I'm not sure if he made all league last year. I did check that because he was, in my mind, probably the best kicker in the league.
I am with you on that one.
So we're going to start with Orange Lutheran. They're going to platoon their quarterbacks. Tokyo get the start. Quick pass into the seam, complete to Chris Flores Jr. And that's an 11-yard pickup and a quick first down for Orange Lutheran. They're going to go fast offense. They're going to move the pace up. 2 receivers in the backfield. This time they give off the left side and finding a little bit of room off that the big offensive front.
Looks like they're looking to catch the Dons off guard. They are right back on the line, and once again, they got a bunch of plays set up, ready to go, and they're trying to move these chains fast.
They like to pace their offense quickly. Toki will start at quarterback. He'll send 3 receivers to the near far side. Toki back to throw, has time. Firing down the middle, and a diving attempt by Raiden Velasquez. Ball came up short. Toki just kind of short hopped that one. Ball falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
That was Raiden Velasquez, I believe. Yeah, he had that great post route there on the left into the inside, but I believe Titus Napoleon was all over that one.
So a big 3rd and 6 for the Lancers. 3 receivers, far side, 2 near. Empties the backfield.
Look to be switching it up.
This time going deep down the left side. Has a man, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Nico Bland.
Beautiful stop by Isaac Cook. Wow.
His outstanding coverage by Cook,
And
absolutely.
great poise, not pulling the penalty there. That was amazing coverage and amazing separation. No, they're going to get him on that one.
They are. They're going to get a personal foul penalty against Cathedral Catholic. That's going to give new life to Orange Lutheran. After the incomplete pass, looks like they're going to have to punt that one away. But instead, the penalty against Cathedral is going to give the Olu first down right at midfield.
Almost into Don's territory. Let's see if the defense there can pick it up.
Cathedral already with 4 penalties on the night. They're going to go with the swing over to the right side, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't do it. Thanks to the outstanding pursuit by the Cathedral Catholic defense. Loss of 3 by Velasquez. Let's call it loss of 1.
Believe that was also Noah Lafili on that one. Took that down. And I think an interesting matchup on receiving and cornerback is going to be Honor and number 8 here for Orange Lutheran.
Power right up the middle. Gets to the second level quickly. Pick up a 6 on the play. Ryan Christensen on the carry, his first carry of the game. He had 7 carries last week and 46 yards and a touchdown against Miami Central. And Toki now back to throw again. Steps into the pocket, going to run and scrums the ball. It comes loose. And Olu, under a lucky star, able to secure the fumble recovery, but there's a flag down in the backfield.
Looks like it's their Dons are calling it there. And that's going to send them right back into their own territory. And that was a close call.
That was a close call, but she jumped right on that.
And I think a great matchup we're going to see tonight is Nico Bland and Honor. With Nico Bland on the receiving and Honor on the DB. They look to be the exact same size, same speed. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, 2 outstanding athletes going head-to-head tonight. That's kind of the game outside the game you want to keep an eye on.
Exactly.
Number 9, number 8. So after the penalty, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17, Toki in trouble and gets dumped down at the 32-yard line. Sack by Cathedral Catholic. I think that was Wright or Moltenoff.
He got right past there, did the sweep off the left tackle, and it was right into there, and he takes him down for a huge loss. It's 4th and 27. They're going to punt back to the Dons.
And Isaac Cook receiving. And as we saw last year, their special teams were amazing. Isaac Cook had those 2 return touchdowns, I remember, in one of these games. And it was probably, I think, Chandler. And they had an amazing special teams game that day.
I'll tell you, Cathedral Catholics, year over year, boast one of the best special teams units in the county, and they take great pride in that. And here's a beautiful kick, turns over, picked up at the 31. Cook looking to find a seam up the middle, cuts over to the far side, has some room, hits the corner. Cooks in Lancer territory, still on his feet, still running out, and finally brought out of bounds at the 23-yard line of the Lancers. Outstanding punt return by the dangerous Isaac Cook.
Dude, can I see the future? Can I see the future?
You did.
I'm telling you, he makes magic. Isaac Cook makes magic. It's beautiful.
There was some foreshadowing there, partner. You definitely called that one.
And the blocking was amazing. I love what they did there. And he maneuvered right there with the spin move and cut up the left. And now they're already in Orange Lutheran Lancers territory.
That is a 53-yard punt return by Isaac Cook. And now a short field for Cathedral Catholic from the Olu 22-yard line. So second possession for the Dons. Running downhill now, deep into to Lancers territory. And Mail with the give. Now Mail's going to call his own number, and he's going to get caught in the backfield. Outstanding penetration on that play.
Corey Panapa. Wow. That was a quick one, too. That was so fast. The speed on that D-line is amazing.
Panapa 6'1", 210. Looks bigger than that from standing sitting here. But extremely quick. And this is a tough defensive line. Now, they lost Marcus Fakatu, who's an Ohio State commit. Lost him to Sierra Canyon, one of the best defensive linemen in the country. But they just got a next man up, and they still have an outstanding front. A loss of 4 on the play for Cathedral. And 2 receivers set to the wide side. Keep Flores on his right hip pocket. Flores will get it, and he gets dropped in the backfield. Boy, what penetration by that front four of the Lancers.
Their front four just swallowed that entire O-line. I think I remember mentioning this to you earlier that with the new O-line, it's complete fresh. A lot of graduating seniors, and having a lot of new guys step into this O-line, it's going to be different. And it's going to be a lot of experimenting, I feel like that's what we're seeing now. But I think eventually as the game goes on, they will adapt and learn and adjust. And I think we'll see better running here.
And sometimes it takes a few games
Yeah.
to really gel as an offensive line. But your point is well taken. But Falave with a loss of 3 on the play. Now 3rd and 16 for Cathedral, who started this drive at the 21. With just over 4 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Mayo looking for some magic. Fires out in the flat. Complete. Beautiful. Oh, had the grab, lost it at the last second. That was Busalachi. Usually a very sure-handed pass catcher.
John Luke was amazing last year. He was a super sneaky player. And with both quick, short yardage slants like that we just saw, he was just a little short on the grab. He almost had it.
Busalachi is probably their best possession receiver. May not be their speedster flying down the sideline, but he is one of the most dependable receivers you could have.
Being a multi-sport athlete, that's what you want to see. And noticing as well on the line, I think they're keeping out the offense to 4th and 16. Maybe they're going to try to get them to jump, or they're going to run a play here.
They have to make him jump about 4 times to get to the first down.
But
it is interesting. 4th and 16, they're going to go
instead of
for
sending
it.
out Bergman, I believe they're going to take.
They're going to call a timeout here. They're going to talk about this a little bit.
I feel like if they go for this, TC, I think that's pretty smart.
You have a really good roster, and I think they're capable of making these big plays, as we just seen so far from the first drive and the second drive.
Honor has been those leading men on those drives, along with Isaac Cook, and hopefully we can see Gianluca pull one of those balls in that he had there.
When you have Honor Falave, an All-American such as himself, it doesn't really matter what your 4th down distance is because you know he can always pick up the yardage. 4th and 16 to him is walking a walk on the street. But we'll see what Coach Doyle does here. It'll be interesting if he gets Falave involved in this, or do he use his Honor as a decoy to go elsewhere?
What they have to see is with that D-line, because the past 2 times they've ran the ball with Honor, the D-line swallowed in the middle, swallowed up the O-line and put Honor down immediately. But if we can get him on a route run, on a post, or cut on the inside zone, I think there's a different perspective we can see there.
Well, let's see what they do here, what they decide to do. We're going to put Flores in the backfield. On 4th and 16 from the Lancer 28, they're going to bring blitz. They bring it right up the middle. Rolling out to his right is Mayo. Now he's going to have to turn around because he's got heavy pressure. 3 white jerseys chasing him. Big arm complete at the 17. Gets away from the defender, still on his feet, and finally out of bounds near the 10. Call it the 11.
Outstanding by Koa Smith.
Wow. That was just an amazing Houdini job by Smith, who was in trouble rolling to his right, had to go back to his left. That's Busalachi, by the way, with
exactly.
the grab. Great job.
See, I told you, he will pull one of those in. And I'm seeing some Lamar Jackson out of Koa Smith. That dual threat QB mobility running out of the pocket, back into it with that sharp passing accuracy down the middle. That elusive running skill puts him aside from other QBs.
They convert the 4th down. Now they're going to go to a short sweep toss to the right side. And going to just hand it over to Falave. And hello, touchdown, Cathedral.
And Honor sends that warning shot. Bow, man, Cathedral. First score on the board.
They went tight formation, brought 2 tight ends and a flex in the game. They just a quick sweep toss up off to Falave off the right tackle, and he just sliced in by himself. Good job by the front line of the Dons to give him plenty of room to the second level. And Cathedral Catholic, they draw first blood 6-0 with 3:41 left to go in the first quarter.
Coach Doyle seems to be rushing on Blake Sloan here to help Bryce Bergman here cover that.
Bergman set to kick first extra point attempt of the season. And again, can't get this one underway as officials blow the whistle dead.
This is on Orange Lutheran. They might look for a 2-point conversion here.
Didn't see a penalty flag. Oh, it's in the back of the end zone. Okay, there it is.
See what they call it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the call. I'm not sure the head official knows exactly what's being called. He needs to talk to his back judge. 3:41 left to go in this opening quarter. 5-play, 21-yard drive, capped by a 12-yard touchdown run by Honor Falave. The game's first score.
I guess they're going to unmark the penalty.
Yeah, I guess they. Don't forget about all the yellow line. Here we go. Extra point attempt by Bergman. Bergman splits the uprights. Nothing new there for him.
Drills it in.
And 7-0. Cathedral Catholic strikes first with 3:41 left to go in this opening quarter. It's Orange Lutheran and Cathedral Catholic, top 15 teams in this, in the state of California, going at it here on the Dons Network.
The Dons scoring drive was 5 plays, 22 yards, capped off by a 22-yard run by number 9 for Alave for the touchdown. Touchdown Dons.
Kickoff by Bergman. Going to take that one a foot in the end zone, and they're going to say, no, you saw one of your slippers getting to the touch the red of the end zone, and we're going to set this one at the 20-yard line. So no return. Good kick by Bergman. And Orange Lutheran will start their second possession of the game at their own 20-yard line.
And I think what Orange Lutheran here needs is a Nico Bland legacy drive right here. Because so far Cathedral has made comebacks on those penalties, comebacks on those sacks, and they managed to take over. And I think this is what they need. They need to get the receiving game figured out because their past 3 passes have been incomplete or drops.
We're in the game at quarterback now for Orange Lutheran. That's going to be Ezra Brown.
They're starting the switch up now.
Yep, we're going to see a little bit of platooning here on the quarterback position. They go give it right up the gut. And not a lot of room to navigate there. Pick up a yard and a half like Christensen before he is slammed to the ground. They're going to give him maybe 2 on the play. Second down, and they go right up the gut again. Christensen hammering his way up for another 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be third down and 4 for the Lancers. They're quickly back on the ball. Brown at quarterback. This time back to throw. Brown rolls to his right. He's going to tuck and run. Brown with speed. And Brown's going to get some big yardage.
Wow.
Off the far side, up to close to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 15 on the play, and that'll be a first down for the Lancers.
I want to make a highlight here. Is Lucas Rhoda, massive tackle, 75, commit to Texas, and he's that aggressive leadership, that drive and blocking power is amazing.
6'5", 295. I wouldn't want to try to tussle with him either.
And also we saw on that quarterback run earlier, when you have 2 dual threat mobile QBs in your pocket, that's awesome to have. That's great to have. Lucky.
Cathedral slams the door shut on that 1-yard run. 2nd and 9. They're going to Christensen again keeps hammering away up the middle. This time across midfield for a pick of about 4. So it's a run, pass. Is pretty much the algorithm that the offense of the Lancers is kind of running with right now.
They're going to have
back on the ball.
Whole wide receiver formation on the line. No one in the backfield.
They'll go 5 wide. Is Brown with just 2 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. Looking to extend this drive. Just inside Don's territory. Brown with time. Fires out in the flat, complete near the 40-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Lancer first down, which will move the chains.
That was a bullet pass over to Raiden Vasquez. Amazing catch there on the slant to the right.
They got 2 talented quarterbacks in Orange Lutheran. It's kind of nice when they're so interchangeable, and they're both not only good passers, but both outstanding runners. This time Brown in trouble. Rolling all the way to the left. Just lofts this one out of bounds. Had no one to throw to. That was basically a coverage sack on the part of Cathedral Catholic. So good job by the defensive secondary by the Dons.
Great coverage there. He ran right past him, and then they pressured him, and it caused him to run out the pocket. He has nothing to do there. He's got to loft that one out, and that's what you're going to be. It doesn't matter if you can get him on the coverage. If you can get to that quarterback and pressure him enough, he's going to fumble that ball at some point and then throw it out, throw an interception or anything.
On second down, slip screen. The Bland, look at him run. Avoiding tackles left and right all the way down, across the 20 to the 17-yard line. And there you go, partner. You're talking about Nico Bland, and right there showing what
That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's a chain mover, man. He's a chain mover. That track speed and vertical burst right there is incredible. He sets this offense apart.
Tempo offense. Christensen sees a hole off the right side. Quickly closed, though.
Completely stuffed down the middle. Perfect play on the D-line then.
A big hole for a moment, then slammed shut. And no gain on the play. Left side of the Dons defense closing down. Again, fast tempo offense, and now we have a timeout on the field. That'll be the second timeout this half for Cathedral Catholic. As Coach Doyle wants to talk about this one. 1:07 left to go in this opening quarter. Dons with a 7-0 lead over Orange Lutheran here on the Dons Network. We get you some scores from around the San Diego section. Some big games going on. La Costa Canyon at home. They're taking on Clovis West. They lead 21-14 in the second quarter. Southwest San Diego with a 14-7 advantage over Army-Navy. Claremont blanking Castle Park in the second quarter, 12-0. Pacifica and Lincoln, that's a big game. Pacifica, I want to say they're out of Arizona. I may be wrong. The 13-6 lead over Lincoln in the first.
I know a lot of the guys here on the team are really excited to play Lincoln at the end of the year here at home, especially because the past 2 years we've been there, but now they get to come here. And I know a lot of guys are excited to get their lick back on them, even though they won that last one.
Cathedral Catholic Lincoln's always a big matchup. 2nd and 10 for Lutheran. Brown in trouble, gets by one tackle. He's going to tuck the ball and run up to the 15-yard line. So it makes a little something out of nothing with a 5-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
With those 5 receiver flat formation there on the line, that's what's going to exactly throw the entire offense, the entire defense off. Because you have the spread routes going through the end zone, and then once you don't have any openings, you have the massive line of trust, and you can make that run down the middle.
We'll go 4 wide here. Christensen gets the power up the middle. Christensen all the way to the 6-yard line.
Amazing save there by the Dons D-line.
It was a last-second save before he got to the end zone. So it was a 9-yard run and a 1st and goal for Orange Lutheran. Ball to 7. Again, they hammer right up the middle and fighting his way to the 5-yard line.
And that Dons red zone defense is what their specialty is with Montali on the defensive coordinator. Their red zone defense last year was incredible. They had so many stops on the 5-yard line, and this is, I think, what we're going to see here with 5 seconds remaining in this quarter. I think they're going to let the clock dry out here, though.
And Christensen's been the bell cow so far from the running game for Cal Lutheran. And with 1st and goal, 2nd and goal up to 5, we're going to have a core Q1 end here. So after 1 from Manchester Stadium, the Cathedral Catholic Dons with a 7-0 lead over Orange Lutheran. You're watching live on the Dons Network. So we begin quarter number 2. 7-0 Cathedral over the Lancers, but Orange Lutheran threatening from the Dons' 5-yard line. Ezra Brown at quarterback. He's going to send 5 receivers wide in this short yardage situation. Let's see if he decides to tuck and run himself. Brown does just that. Rolling to his left. No, he's to the right. He's going to find someone in the back of the end zone and overshoots his intended receiver, Raiden Velasquez. And a flag down on the play.
Going to be looking on the line.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be holding. It is. It's
There
going to be
it is.
holding
There you
against
go.
Orange Lutheran.
That was a much-needed penalty there to haul off the drive.
And that was a bit of a scary play there. You have them pulling out to the right side, and then you're going to have everyone shift. That can leave an opening on the left and in the middle. And that can cause a touchdown. So
Velasquez got himself open in the corner of the end zone. He had no defenders near him, so it was fortunate that Brown overshot him within the penalty.
Got a tear on the jerseys already.
Who else but Ryder Molchanoff? He gets his name. He gets there deep in the fray every single time. So screen pass off to the left side. Trying to get through. Gets a couple before he's finally slammed down around the 11-yard line.
Ezra Brown's got to be careful with that pass, though. They were almost got tipped and picked, and if they caught that ball, that's a touchdown. He almost had it. He jumped just a little short there, but when you're making that out route on the left, and you're trying to pitch that ball and toss it up, you got to be careful when you're with the D line in front of you.
Pickup of 6 on the play. It's 3rd and goal from the 9. Don's defense not relenting here. Brown to throw, rolls right, throws it short to his running back. And he is double slammed over at the 5-yard line. And now it's going to be an interesting call in 4th and goal.
Looks like they're sending out the field goal unit
Exactly
here.
what they're
Smart.
doing. Yep.
See if their defensive special teams unit can get a hand on this ball, though.
That was a long extended drive.
Taking out half that first half and the first 2 minutes of this quarter.
Olu, Court McCure. His first year as the starting kicker for Orange Lutheran. He's filling in for last year's All-Trinity League kicker who was outstanding. McCure's kick. Looks good, is good, and Lancers are on the field. Lancers are on the board, 7-3. Yeah, it's early in the season for all of us, folks.
We're not rusty, don't worry. We're getting right back into things.
We'll get into it. We'll be all right. So a 23-yard field goal attempt is good, and Orange Lutheran hits the scoreboard, but trails the Dons 7-3. This has been a real defensive slugfest so far. Both teams only with 2 possessions, with 10:29 left to go in the second quarter.
And you know the old saying, defense wins championships. Defense does win championships when you see here, because when you had that firepower offense of the Dons, and they've only put up 1 score in about the first quarter and a bit of the second half, I think that's going to be a key. Whoever's defense can hold on the longest.
A 12-play drive, 80 yards, culminates in make my notes here, a 23-yard field goal. So points on the board, but the Dons able to keep them out of the end zone. And Olu will be ready to kick this one away. So far, a pretty well-played game. We've had some penalties on both ends here, a little bit of laundry, but otherwise, both teams looking really good and looking to make some noise this season. And the kick is high and short. That's a fair catch called at the 20.
Interesting move there. He
Big tight
ships
end.
it off to the right side on the kick instead of launching into the backfield like he did in that first kick. But we'll see there.
That's A.J. Trudell with a fair catch, 21-yard line, and that is where Cathedral Catholic will start with 10:29 to play in the second. We'll see what Mayall and the Dons offense have to offer here on this drive. They had a short field on their last possession. They started the Olu 22. As I'll call him Mayall will Two receivers tight to the far side. And same to the short side. Play action, going to throw a quick out off the 23. Complete to Cook for just a couple yards. I think of maybe 3 on the play. Exactly right. Cathedral, usually not that unless Falave has the football in his hand, usually not a big play offense. The one that's kind of just works its way downfield methodically.
I think it's going to be a slow running drive here. They're going to take it slow and then amp it up as the pace goes on.
If they hand it number 9, then anything can happen for the Dons. This one pass is tipped, and I'll tell you something. It falls incomplete, but Isaac Cook did a great job of playing defense by hitting the defender, not allowing him to make that pick.
And we do know he plays cornerback as well, as we saw him make that play in the first quarter. And he switched right end receiver into zone defense. Like, that's money making right there.
Exactly right. So great job by Cook to save the interception. That'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Cathedral Catholic. Males pass was a dart, but offline a bit. So 4-man front for the Lancers. Actually, they're going to bring a 5th in the line of scrimmage, and they're standing up. A little bit of an amoeba defense look here for Orange Lutheran. They bring 4. Male to throw over the middle, incomplete. No, that's going to fall incomplete. Intercepted at the 40-yard line by Matthew Zapian, last year 2025 All Trinity League safety. And the INT gives Olu outstanding field position.
The O-line looks to be O-line looks to be struggling trying to protect Smith here. That was a rough one, man. He had that one just a tiny bit. It's just again, this tips and picks is what I feel like are going to set these apart.
I think Mayo may have airmailed that one just a little bit over his receiver's hands. And Mr. Johnny on the spot, Matthew Zapian, with his first interception of the season. Outstanding field position for Orange Lutheran at the Dons 40-yard line. 10-17 left to go until halftime. And Olu looking to take the lead. Brown still at quarterback. Christensen. He has been the workhorse on the ground for the Lancers. He picks up about 3 on the play. And quickly back on the ball go the Lancers. 3 receivers top of the screen. Oh, Lou, tough season last year. Finished 3-9, but you have to remember they play in the Trinity League, which is considered the toughest league in the nation. Christensen again, this time gets by 2 levels. Great move at the 25. Christensen now a sprint to the end zone. And Orange Lutheran with the score, touchdown Lancers, and they take a 9-7 lead over the Dons.
Amazing cut by Ryan Christensen right there. He makes that move, and he completely throws off the Dons defense, and that's just a walk into the end zone.
Good looking run. Boy, he had all kinds of room on the right side of the field. There was almost like no black camo jerseys near him. And I've been juked like that before on the field. I can remember some days when I looked a little silly.
See if they can maybe get a stop here in this kick on the extra point.
Good snap, good kick, and it's a 10-7 Lancer lead with 9:39 left to go in the second quarter. So that was a quick drive. 2 plays, 37 yards. We've got 2 plays, 40 yards, and thanks to a 37-yard touchdown run by Ryan Christensen. Second touchdown of the season for the sophomore.
And I think something that we can hopefully see from this drive is some more protection off this offensive line, because, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like that pick was not as could have been more protected by the O-line and the left tackle, and on the O-line more. And once you get that protection spot, I feel like you can let honor flow a little more on the running back part
on the handoffs instead of having to rely on that passing game, because and again, Koa Smith is an amazing player, and I think we can see more from him today. But I think that run game is what they need to get settled down first.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You want to establish that running game to open up the passing game. You're absolutely right on that, Thomas. There's Burton lining it up, pardon me. Wickman lining up to kick it away to Cathedral Catholic. And that is going to be a real short kick, bouncing at the 20 and out of bounds, and there goes the flag.
Oh, he caught that one. We're on the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and the ball will move up to the 35, I believe. Yep, at the penalty as the ball went out of bounds on the kickoff. Good field position for Cathedral on their fourth possession.
I call that a false start on the kicking team. I think they moved Cathedral up a couple of it to the 35-yard line. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, the ball went out of bounds on the kickoff.
It bounced out. Oh, I see now. I thought it bounced in, but again, I am no ref.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll take your word for something over an official.
Thank you.
So 1st and 10 for the Dons at their own 35-yard line. Mayall's going to send 3 receivers to the near side. There's Honor in the backfield. Gets it up the middle. Goes off the right guard and up to the 40-yard line. Quick 5-yard pickup.
That was a quick run right there.
And it was Flores, pardon me.
Oh, it was Flores, yes.
Flores on the carry for 5 yards.
Even though still, amazing burst of speed right there. And again, the part of the Red Sea from that line. That's great to see. That's a great way to start that.
Great. You have 2 interchangeable backs like Flores and Falave. But that is a treat. And this time, Flores doesn't get a whole lot as he tries to work the middle of that Oulu defensive line. He might sneak out a yard on that play. Bringing up 3rd down and a long 4. 41. A big 3rd down here for the Dons. They're looking to counter after the Oulu touchdown. Gives it the middle. And nowhere to go. In fact, we'll lose about a yard with outstanding penetration. And you may not see this, folks, but Falave got tossed on the other side of the field at the 40.
Rarely see that one. That was Raymond Lange, 6'1" senior. That's a big dude right there.
So a loss of a yard makes it 4th and 5 from their own 40. I don't see the punt, and here comes Bergman. Okay, I wasn't sure if I saw the punt team rolling on, but Mr. Bergman is now coming on.
It's one you can think about, but I think the safest option here is to punt this one when you're a little far back.
And especially when you have 7 minutes and you're down by 3, I think you need to be a little closer just to make that move.
Agreed. So 3 and out for the Orange Lutheran defense as Bergman sets the stand at his own 25-yard line to boot this one away. 7:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Good defensive game so far. Heavy rush, but Bergman did a nice job of getting it away.
Beautiful punt.
Heck of a punt all the way to the 20.
Whoa.
And nowhere to go. Outstanding coverage by the special teams units of the Dons. Lost about 2 yards after the catch.
Almost made him lose that ball, too. That was a close one. But great special teams player right there, though. That's going to maybe help hype up his defense a little bit and hopefully set off another 3 now combining with them.
I lost Bergman's punt in the air. I saw him off his foot and then it disappeared before it.
You got dark skies now,
Yeah.
so
We're going to be hunting for that ball hard.
Still warm here. Very balmy here in San Diego.
Weather has been less than ideal.
Yeah. It was about 88 when I got out of the car. I was happy to run into the air-conditioned press box here. The Orange Lutheran with the football at their own 20-yard line. Leading 10-7. 7:28 left to go in the second. And flags down. We can't get this one underway. Ezra Brown still at quarterback for the Lancers.
They're going to call that, I think, on the Lancers here. On the O-line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I guess they're going to call that one on Orange.
Offsides against the Lancers. They'll march the ball back into the 5 yards.
Good for the defense, though. Get more pressure when you're more back into that field.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Lancers. 4 receivers. Then bringing the outside blitz and flags down again. I'm not
That's
sure.
another one for it. I think all the Dons are calling it over there.
The Dons are pointing that they're moving on the line. And we're going to probably have a legal procedure against Olu, and that's back-to-back penalties against the offensive line of the Lancers on this drive.
That sets them all the way back, I believe, to the 10-yard line already, and they were going to start from the, I believe, the 23.
Olu going the wrong direction right now.
They're going to have a spread out line here with the 2 and 2.
And looking to throw out wide receiver screen to Bland. Bland does get by one defender, but can't get by the second. Gets up to the 15-yard line, gets about 5 yards on that play.
The defense ate that screen up perfectly. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. And that's what you need. They're gonna try to make these screen passes here to make some magic, as that they've been doing is they're making these post routes and these screens, which have been setting with a lot of room with the great blocking. And once you can get a hand on that, you force them to run the ball and you force them to pass deep, and that's where they make mistakes.
So 3rd and 15 for Brown and the Olu offense. Still at their own 15-yard line. Brown looking to throw. Going to go right in the flat again. Flag down.
Oh, and another one.
And getting by one defender. Broke the tackle and all the way down to the 45-yard line. Head over heels is Bland. But I think this one may be coming back.
It is, yeah. I can see our white and black stripe friends over here. They're going to call that one back. Again, that's another penalty. That's 3 in a row. 3 in a row.
You don't see that often.
Holding against Olu. Yeah,
wow.
They've had some issues already. They've had some yellow hankies.
A lot of laundry this game from both sides of the ball.
That's the 7th penalty already for Olu in this opening half. That's something they are going to need to clean up.
2nd and 23 now, 6:42 to go. Let's see what they can make out of this.
They pull out of the playbook on 3 receivers to the near side.
Try to send out the entire flat.
Brown toss screen over to the receiver Christensen. He'll get a couple, but not much.
Find that questionable to running a screen route when you need 23 yards and your last screen pass was completely swallowed up by the defense. So I think now that they're going to be looking for some deep passing here, and I think that's where we can see Tyus Napoleon looking down the middle zone.
And Honor as well on the cover with that matchup, as I mentioned earlier, between Nico Bland.
We'll see if they go cover 2 and for the Dons, and there's an opportunity to get the ball, like you were saying, in the middle zone, possibly on digging in routes here. But they got a long way to go. 3rd and 18. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Brown going to call his own number, and he ain't going to get a whole lot. He's going to get past the 15 before he's chopped down. Interesting series of play calls there by Orange Lutheran, and now they're going to have to boot this one away. It didn't even appear like they were trying to get any kind of chunk
I
plays.
don't think they believed in themselves in that, but Hudson Plune, amazing play on those drives. He, I think, was that leader in that drive for the defense here, as he completely swallowed both of those plays up.
When they weren't penalties, of course.
Shouldn't question offensive coordinators. I'm in the box. They're on the field, but that was a interesting series of play calls deep in your own territory. So Don's defense hold once again, forcing Orange Lutheran to punt. Standing just outside their goal line. High snap, able to bring it down. Going to be a short punt, bouncing at about the 43. Takes a heck of an Olu bounce. All the way to the 44-yard line of the Dons, and that is where Cathedral Catholic will take over 1st and 10. 5:07 left to go.
About a 10-yard bounce right there.
Until halftime. He got a heck of a bounce on that. Lancers still with a 10-7 lead over Cathedral Catholic. The Dons now look in good field position at their own 44. Got 5 minutes to turn the tide of the score here, and let's see what Mayall and the offense can do.
I feel like when you get some John Luca in here, when you have him in the flats routes, you have him in an empty space in the right.
McGibb right up the middle, powering his way across the midfield, still on his feet. And it takes about 4 white jerseys to bring him down inside Lancer territory.
And that O-line, I think they're seeing some improvement now in these past couple of drives, as they are now improving and adapting. And they're pushing out here. They're pushing that running back and not letting him go down.
I'd say you get the ball in Honor's hands and anything can happen. 9-yard pickup into Lancer territory.
You see that highlight tape, that form when he's standing up straight, and then you know he's about to take that ball about 40-plus yards, and USC knows that too.
They go to the pistol. They go right off the left guard. He's just dragging people with him. don't give him a crease. He'll take advantage of it all the way across the 40 to the 36-yard line, and that is a first down. It's one thing to be fast, but it's another to be strong and fast.
That
It's tough to bring down.
That hit stick was mad. Put him right into the shoulder, and then he just kept going and going and going. Did not go down until they brought him with 3 white jerseys there again.
We'll stay with a pistol formation with Mayo at quarterback. And Falave dotting the I. They get the big tight end in the flex formation. 1st and 10 from the 37. What do? You just give it right back to Falave. Falave just finding a crease and slides across the 30, the 29. That's a pickup of 8. And now they're just picking up chunk yardage with number 9.
And again, when it's on our hands, that ball, as we've been saying, I think we can rephrase this out all day and talk about it. But I think USC sees what we see too, because Honor's going to take control of this drive as he's done for the past 2 plays.
The intent for him at USC is to play safety. And I don't know how you keep him off
Exactly.
the offensive side of the ball, or he's special teams.
That's going to be up to the staff at USC to see what he wants, but he's great at it both.
Oh, I think he can play him at all 3 levels. And somebody jumped the gun at the top
be-
of the screen.
He knows it too. It's okay.
Gun didn't go off. It was going off for the 100 meters and got out of the blocks a little early. As he kind of runs back to the sideline going, yeah, sorry about that, coach. Didn't mean to do that. That's Eric Lucero. That moves the ball back 5 yards. And back to the 34-yard line. 3:06 and counting here until halftime. Oh, it's 2nd and 7. And they'll move 2 receivers to the top of the screen. And as Flores is back in the backfield. Left hip pocket of Mayo. 9 on the line for Olu, and they're coming. And then Mayo just launches this one deep. Has Cook just overthrew him. He had to get rid of that football because there were about 5 white jerseys ready to pounce on him in the backfield.
Even he was trying to get rid of it.
Isaac Cook had the speed to me. He always had the speed to make that. He was just there. He had the separation too. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Cook had definitely gotten 2 or 3 steps beyond the defender. The Mayo off his back foot, falling backwards, just had to get rid of that football because they were bringing a jailhouse break on the rush. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Still at the 34-yard line. Again, they've got 9 in the box. Pardon me, 8 in the box for Olu. Look at man-to-man defense. Out in the flat, complete in the hook curl area. And makes things happen after the ball. That's Mr. Cook. And he just runs by the secondary of Olu for a 34-yard touchdown pass and catch and run. And the Dons retake the lead 13-10 with 2:32 left to go until halftime.
Isaac Cook fried up that defense, man. He ran right past them. They didn't see it coming. At that speed, that's that speed. You love to see it. Amazing separation there on the line, too. And he got right past them.
Mayo with a nice pass. Caught him about 6 yards off the line in the seam area. And once you put the ball in Mr. Cook's hand, let him do the work.
I want to rephrase, give that credit to the O-line this drive. Amazing work from them.
Extra point is up and good. And the Dons back on top, 14-10 with 2:32 left to go until the break.
So far, we got a great battle going on our hands in this first half.
Well, you got 2 top 15 teams in the state going at it in a very early season matchup.
It's no 71-62 shootout, but
This is much more of a defensive.
Yeah, we saw the last time we seen these guys, offensive shootout. Now I'm saying we're seeing a defensive closure now.
It was all offense. There was no defense in that game. and that was 5 years ago in the 1AA state championship.
The new era.
I think I was there. In fact, I think I was at that game.
Oh, really?
I mean, just as an observer, not as a broadcaster. Kicking for Cathedral Catholic. Number 39. I'm not sure who that is. It's not on our roster. But he drives this one into the end zone. And that's a weapon when you can keep the offense back at their own 20 every time.
Something I'd like to point out is that this is Cathedral's home opener. They want to start the season off strong by getting a win against a nice, solid team. And as well, Orange Lutheran on Max Preps is listed with the hardest schedule in the nation. Easily got modern day Catholic in there. It's insane. Stacked schedule for them.
And they had a tough one to start here with they have started Miami Central, now Cathedral. But Cathedral, on the other hand, it's less.
I'm going to go into that in just a minute. Maybe first and 10.
Oh.
And the ball's lost, and Toki had to jump right back on it. He had the ball. I think he had a bit of a focus drop and was fortunate to get right back on the football near the 11-yard line. But that is a big loss. Loss of 9 on the play.
And
Toki's just coming back in after starting the game, but then giving up the last 2 possessions to Brown.
The Dons' red zone defense has been solid, and they're pushing them back into their own end zone. And this is what we saw on their last drive.
Better snap here. Toki to throw. No, he's going to tuck and run. That's what he does well. And slides down at the 20-yard line, the original line of scrimmage.
Solid move there, and nice decision to slide. He had the blocking right there by their receivers, and he trusted them,
took the slide down, got the yardage he needed to make that drive well.
No coach is on the field. So we got a timeout on the field. This time it is the who called this one, not that it matters. But 146 left to go until halftime. Dons with a 14-10 lead. Wanted to touch on what we were talking about just a moment ago, Thomas. Orange Lutheran. Now, we all know they're in the Trinity League, and Trinity League is considered to be the toughest league in the nation. Like you said, St. John Bosco, Mater Dei, Servite. I mean, it's Santa Margarita.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, it's a gauntlet. Orange Lutheran is the only team in the nation who is playing this season 5 teams that are in the U.S. top 25.
And when you start off a game against Miami Central, the number 28th team in the nation, and you put them in a nice game at 23-22, you just almost had it.
Yeah, they had that game late, and they just let Miami Central just kind of slip in at the last moment for the victory.
Impressive work by them, though, for number, I think, 80 ranked in their nation.
This is a new head coach, new coaching staff.
First year, too.
Yeah.
Got some pressure after a 10-year tenure from the last one.
Toki back to throw. Can't find anybody. Look out from behind and able to get up to the 28-yard line, maybe the 29, with a nice piece of running. But clock continues to run after the 9-yard pickup. Good job.
Now they're in the fourth down. Looks like they're going to keep the offense here. And I think they're going to be making some they'll be keeping the offense on.
Fourth and 1.
They're going quick.
Yeah, they may quick punt this. We'll see. They're going to try to draw the Dons offside on 4th and 2.
They ain't falling for it.
Yeah, they're not biting the bait here. And Toki's looking to the sideline saying, "Coach, do we punt or do you want me to run a play?" And they're going to just let the clock run down with a minute left. They may take a delay of game penalty and punt the football. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Cathedral defense fired up after a great stop. Great work by them.
Actually, outstanding work by the secondary on that drive. Toki had nowhere to throw on 3 of those plays. He had to tuck and run.
And when you can force the offense to run and tuck and run, you can make some big plays there with some fumbles
and some turnovers, man. That's exactly what you're going to need here.
This is the 3rd punt of the half for Orange Lutheran, something they're not really used to. As the Dons defense already starting to chip off that off-season rust. You got to believe they're going to punt this one. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They'll put Wickman standing in his own 15 with 55 seconds left to go until the break.
I'm going to hope to see Cook here. I think he'd be fired up here to try to make a play.
Boy, I almost blocked. That was a line
tipped.
drive hit. What a bounce that took to the 28. And a good stop down to the 31-yard line. That was a great play on the tackle by Lincoln Venator.
That tip also took a nice bounce there. That's lucky for them. They're gonna
an amazing bounce.
But now Cathedral with 1 timeout and 46 seconds on the clock. Let's see if they can maybe get a field goal here, unless we see Honor Flave take this ball and hopefully run it up the field as fast as they can. And hopefully 3 points or less.
Yeah, I think at this point you're going to either take a knee or you're going to just give it to Falave and let's see what he does. But it looks like they're spreading the formation, 2 receivers either side. Personally, I just hand it to 9 and let him just make his magic. 46 seconds left until halftime. Looking to throw. Mail in trouble. Rolls to his left. Launches this one down. Has a man Cook. And Cook with a second catch. Down to 15. He's got a foot race to the end zone. Did he get in? Somebody give me an indication where the guy's in stripes. I'm not saying that was the best pass I've seen this season, but Cook,
incredible
in traffic, off his chest, and then was able to recover and make the catch, and a heck of a run all the way down to the two-yard line.
And that's that makeup work right there. No matter how tipped the pass was or how he had to roll out the right side and the left side, and he chucked it up right to Cook, even though he was on coverage, and he bounced it out of his hands, and he can see the ball. That's that safety right there. You see him. You can see both positions taking shape right there. Thinking on the 1 yard line.
Holy cow! 62-yard pass
play. And the first play.
First play down to 2-yard line. Flores looking to sneak his way in. Can he get there? Just shy. He's wrangled out of bounds at about the 1 yard line.
They got one timeout in 29 seconds.
And get out of bounds, so it stops the clock.
And a couple other plays. So I think they'll be able to punch their ticket here and soon. And if they take this touchdown, that's a huge advantage coming into the next half. That's exactly what you want.
Lost maybe a yard on the play. But, wow, when I thought they might be just taking a knee, no, we're going to throw this one deep. And Cook comes up big with a 62-yard reception that puts the ball now at the 3 yard line.
You have an old lineman in the back and Honor in the back. Let's see what they're cooking up here.
Yeah, that big guy's going to fall right behind him. Honor's going to be cut short. Outstanding penetration. Ball came out late. Olave was down already, but no gain on the play. Boy, they had 4 white jerseys on the right and the left side of the Dons offense.
That's the
filtered through.
That's the challenge that they're going to have to face upcoming here. That D line, when you're in that tight coverage, you're going to have a rough time getting through there.
Again, this time they're going to flip toss it right into a hole. Is he going to be able to get in? And still can't find his way into the end zone.
Doyle seems frustrated there.
That is big time defense.
And they can't get in. That's it.
And how about that for a goal line stand? 3 attempts from 2 yards out, and the Dons couldn't find a way into the end zone. Orange Lutheran defense comes up big to end the half.
Great stop there by the D-line. Impressive by the Orange Lutheran. And that's going to keep this game close because that touchdown would have separated this game a lot. A lot. But impressive work by them. They're going to keep going here. 14-10 now coming into the next half. So
we end the first half of play with the Cathedral Catholic Dons with a 14-10 lead over Olu. Folks, we'll take a break ourselves. We'll return for the second half of action here from Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, California. It's Cathedral Catholic Football live on the Dons Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your attention to the video board. Introducing Marcus Radcliffe, a Dons alum from 2023, current safety at Texas A&M, with a message to honor our military and armed forces. for the San Diego Marine Band.
Stand by. Bam! Hut, hinge. Hut. Post. Hutch.
Let's hear it for the Marine Band of San Diego. And now for your entertainment, the cheerleading squad 2026 for the Dons.
Keep it rockin', who cares if anyone's watching? Even though the clock ticks until the morning and we ain't stopping. I wanna dance with you all through the night. The music is bumping and no, I don't bite. I see that you're hiding, no need to be shy. Ven para acá porque quiero bailar. Yo, my heart is rushing. Let me tell you, boy, you got me blushing. My body's telling me to move to the right. Keep it going, we gon' go all night. I wanna dance with you all through the night. Ven para acá porque quiero bailar. Trabaja, keep it rockin', who cares if anyone's watching? Even though the clock ticks until the morning and we ain't stopping. I wanna dance with you all through the night. is bumping, and no, I don't bite. I see that you're hiding, no need to be shy. Ven para acá porque quiero bailar. Yo, my heart is rushing. Let me tell you, boy, you got me blushing. My body's telling me to move to the right. Keep it going, we gon' go all night. I wanna dance with you all through the night. Ven para acá porque quiero bailar.
Let's hear it for the cheer squad. And now the dance team for the Dons will perform.
Got that, I got to get it when you need it. Something for my trees, get it when you get it. I got to get it when you need it. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Too large and we wait, bring them out. Too large and we wait, bring them out. Too large and we wait, bring them out. You wanna be better, bring your bitch. We be standing in your Alright, okay, I don't dance, no way. I just take my Louis bag, I don't wear around in the air. Take my Gucci rag, I don't wear around in the air. I made that thing. Alright, okay, I don't dance, no way. Louis rag, I don't wear around in the air. Take my Louis rag, I don't wear around in the air. Take my Gucci rag, I don't wear around in the air. Alright, okay, I don't dance. I just take my Louis rag, I don't wear around in the air. Swaggin' like us, swaggin' like us. No one on the corner not swaggin' like us, swaggin' like us, swaggin' like us. No one on the corner not swaggin' like us, swaggin' like us, swaggin' like us. Bring 'em out, hey, bring 'em out.
Let's hear it for the dance team. And now we will have the video from Marcus Radcliffe, again, Don's alum from 2023, current safety at Texas A&M, with a message to honor the military and armed forces.
How's it going? I'm Marcus Radcliffe, class of 23, and I'm honored to be a part of this year's Salute to Service night here at Cathedral Catholic. I have so many great memories from my days as a Don, including playing football right here at Manchester Stadium with Coach Doyle and my teammates. We wouldn't have the freedoms we enjoy today without the men and women who have served and continue to serve our country. To all of our veterans, thank you for your sacrifice and courage. My dad is a Marine Corps veteran, and it's because of my love and appreciation for him and vets like him that I started Mission 312 a couple years ago. 3 for my number 3 and 12 for the 12th man. Mission 312 supports Walk Among Heroes, an organization that sends World War II veterans back to the battlefields where they served, including Normandy, France. Through this charity, my donors and I have raised tens of thousands of dollars to make these trips possible. For every defensive turnover the Texas A&M Aggies force, my donors and I contribute $312 to Mission 312. This past year we raised over $30K. It's a small way for us to honor the men who made so many of the freedoms we enjoy possible, and to help them walk among the places where history was made. Thank you, veterans, for your service and sacrifice. God bless America, and go Dons.
Thank you, Marcus Radcliffe.
Some places stay with you long after you leave them, because the lessons that shape you don't end at graduation. At Cathedral Catholic, students are challenged to think critically, communicate clearly, and lead with confidence. Because leadership isn't about attention, it's about responsibility. Years can pass, but some places always feel like home.
Cathedral Catholic High School. Once a Don, always a Don.
Back here from Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, California, the Dons Network. As Cathedral Catholic with a 14-10 lead over the Orange Lutheran Lancers as we prepare for the second half of action here from San Diego.
I want to take into account something we saw on the pre-warm-ups here for the second half. A lot of work on special
Get ready
teams.
for the second half kickoff.
And Orange Lutheran wants, I think, to power up that special teams. And now when they're starting here, I think they want to make a big splash in the return if they can return this ball specifically.
The Dons will be kicking away to Orange Lutheran. A driving kick. And they're not even going to attempt to get that one. It's back in the end zone. And once again, Orange Lutheran will start at their own 20-yard line to start this second half of action. Just a couple scores from around the San Diego section. Got a barn burner going on in Carlsbad. Clovis West has taken a 28-21 lead over La Costa Canyon there in the second quarter. That's coming about halftime. Claremont with an 18-8 lead over Castle Park. We'll get you up to speed with more of the scores from the San Diego section in just a bit. But right now, Orange Lutheran, first possession of the second half. We'll send three receivers off to the top of the screen. Goki will again start. No, that's Brown at quarterback. Brown fires out in the flat, complete feet in bounds at the 28-yard line.
And he's the focal point of the passing game. Bland is important to this offense. And whether it's deep threat or it's the cut routes in the small flat, I think that's what sets him apart from this other receiving core in this team, is that he can do both.
Pick up of 8 on the play by Bland. 2nd and 2. Brown back to the quarterback. The give to Christensen off the left side. Christensen slicing over across the 30-yard line to about the 34. And that'll be a first down for the Orange Lutheran.
Hudson blew up the quarterback after that handoff. I'm surprised that they didn't look at anything there, but I believe that was fair. And but that impressive work with it.
Biased point of view, though.
No, of course not, never. But no, I think it's important that we can highlight that. He's a great workhorse for this team.
1st and 10. Olu going to go right up the gut again. Christensen's been a powerhouse from the running back position. Gets all the way across the 40 to the 44-yard line. That's almost a first down. That's a pickup of close to 10. They're going to move this ball back to say his knee touched the 47. Pickup of 8 on that play. And they're starting to get some chunk plays here on the ground in this Orange Lutheran team. This time I'm going to throw it out in the flat. Low pass to the intended receiver, Velasquez. Able to haul it in. And he's going to be just enough to move the chains. Yes, they will. He'll get that 2 yards on a long out pattern.
They're going to make a lot of short plays here. They're going to equalize up quickly. And noticing here that
last season their coach, the 10-year tender, was more of a run-first offense, and now we're kind of seeing a new side to this Orange Lutheran team with his first-year coach.
And he's hammering away, this time off the right side. Christensen has just been a bell cow for Orange Lutheran's ground attack. Pick up a 3 on the play up to the 47-yard line. Christensen comes out of the game for a well-needed rest.
This Cathedral D-line's been fighting a battle this game. They've been getting banged up quickly, but they're fighting on.
That's a big Olu offensive line. They're going to go up the middle again, this time with a backup running back, number 22, across midfield to the 48. And they're just moving the ball at will on the ground against Cathedral Catholic to open this half.
I love that speed, though, there by their head coach, Ray Fenton. He's a fast playmaker here. He wants to get things going for this offense and throw the team off.
Now you got movement all over the place.
But that's the problem when you get fast-moving plays.
You have the left guard dancing around, a legal procedure against Olu. That'll bring the ball back another 5 yards. So far, having their way on this opening drive of the second half, as the offensive line of the Lancers starting to dominate a little bit. We'll see how the Dons defense will adjust. Brown empties the backfield with 5 receivers. Good time, goes over the top, has a man wide open at the 30, and he will jaunt into the end zone. That's Velasquez with a 56-yard touchdown connection from Ezra Brown. And the Lancers back on top, 16-14.
That's the separation I mentioned earlier. Once you get that push off there on the cornerback, you're going to fly up the middle, and there's wide open lanes right there. And that just took it up the middle of the field, and that was a touchdown. You got to make sure that zone coverage there on the back, though, is made sure that everyone's playing that zone correctly.
That time, I'm not sure anyone was in zone at all because he was wide open and right down the seam of the field.
Maybe some confusion there.
Possibly. High snap, kick is up but good, and the Lancers regain the lead, 17-14 with 9:09 left to go in the third quarter. And I think to that point, partner, I think there was a defensive breakdown in the secondary. You just don't have a player running that wide open down the middle of the field without something having gone awry defensively.
I think now that they have time to recollect themselves at the start of the half, and right back off the warm-ups. You want to make sure you can recollect yourself and see what they can change here and see how if they can fool around here with the offense.
Well, the Dons offense has shown it can be just as explosive, especially in that last drive of the first half where they only had 26 seconds. Big 62-yard catch and run by Isaac Cook, put the ball up down the 2. Unfortunately for the Dons, Orange Lutheran defense just tightened up at the goal line with an amazing goal line stand to end the first half of play. Now they will boot this one away. Of course, Toby Wickman tees it up. This one's going to be short, and this one looks like be fair caught at about the 25-yard line again. I think that's A.J. Trudell. It's the second time he's a fair caught at kickoff.
And on tight end, too.
Yep.
Very serious, because what they do is they're slanting out that kick to the left side, and that's where A.J. zoned at for the kickoff. So
they don't want to return.
They don't want Cook to get the hands on the ball because they know what they saw last time he got the hands. But now with the freshened up offense here, I think they're relaxed. They're ready to go. I think they're ready to attack here in this drive.
Let's see what they decide to do. First and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Mayall, the give up the middle. That's Falave. Falave's all the way across the 35 to 37. Ball came loose late. And we'll see if he was already down.
That was number 5 for Cathedral.
Flores.
That's Flores.
Be careful. That's Chris Flores. Willie Flores, probably. There's a Chris Flores Jr. playing for the Lancers. I'm gonna have to keep these guys.
A lot of same names here. But what I notice about both of them is that their speeds are so alike. They break away so fast, and that's what sets them equalized. But Honor is that type of fast speed player who's that heavy hitter too.
Ball's at the 37. First and 10 for the Dons. Now looking around, making a play call. Blitz coming from the far side. Let's see if he gets, and he does. Nice catch on the slant at the 45. Gets across to the 47. That's Cook. That was a brave grab right in traffic. And a nice throw by Mayall for another first down.
Brave pass and brave grab. That was right between 3 defenders there. That was incredible playmaking by Smith there. I love that decision right there.
So a first down for Cathedral Catholic at their own 48-yard line. Don's on the move, looking to answer after the Lancers' early touchdown. And now trailing by 3. Play action. No, it's not a play. That's Flores spinning off defenders at the 40 on his feet and now close to the 46-yard line. Pick up about 7 on the play. Thought he was down early, but he kept his feet. Able to squirm out a few extra yards.
Don't stop till that whistle is blown. That's the mindset you want to keep in here. And that was an amazing run by Flores as he gets separation with the opening between the line right there on the left tackle, and he takes that opportunity to advantage from the hole and pushes in through there.
We'll call it 2nd and 4 for the Dons. Now crawling into Orange Lutheran territory at the 46. Mayall play action, fires out in the flat, complete. Nice pass, nice grab by Busalacci. Again, Busalacci to me is an outstanding possession receiver. Got outstanding hands and showed him off there for another first down for the Dons, all the way down to the 36-yard line.
His footwork is so effective on both quick, short yardage slants and long developing deep connections. And that's that sneaky target. And seeing him as a young guy who's homegrown into this program, freshman to senior year, seeing him play like that, you love to see it.
Other than the fact that he's Italian like me. So I'm good with that. First down and the give up the middle. It goes nowhere.
That was going to be Falave on that one.
Falave just got ramsackled by both Anthony McClure and a buddy of his on the defensive line, Corey Panapa. So a loss of a yard on the play for the Dons, 2nd and 11. As we'd said earlier, Orange Lutheran playing what is considered the toughest schedule in the United States of any high school team. And if you see the gauntlet and murderer's row schedule they have, every week is going to be a battle. Olave powers his way up to about the 35-yard line. He'll get maybe 2 on that play. That's going to bring up a third down.
I'm trail back on something you said here with their schedule. Only team in the country playing 5 teams in the U.S. who are top 25 in the United States. Like, that's the endurance you need to face teams like this.
Exactly.
And they're playing all these teams in their home territory.
This is insane. And they've got and Orange Lutheran has a lot of road games.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a lot of fun. Another wide open in the flat again at Busalachi, and a nice grab.
He's going to be just a little bit short there, though.
He was pushed backwards, but his catch was at about the 30, so he'll get about 5 on that play, bringing up a 4th down.
See them talking there. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to give them a chance here.
Mayo throwing a lot of quick passes out in the flat.
They've only 4th and 5. I can see something big here with Honor in the backfield, as we see now, setting up at that standing formation he sets himself up in.
Mayo's going to go under center here. They're going to single setback is Honor and play action. That's a good play action. Mayo wide open to the big tight end, and nobody there as he rambles across the 10, the 5. And did he get in the end zone?
Just a bit short there.
They're going to say he's just a bit short. What a play call.
Adre Chadell, amazing. Wow. That fooled me. I thought Honor had that ball the whole time. That fooled me.
Yeah. It was a great play call. They did the play action, naked boot to the right. Everybody jumped all over the fake for Falave. And then Mayo found his tight end who snuck out into the flat. There was no white jersey within 10 yards of him. And he did a great job of running after the catch down to the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal again. Here we go again with the Dons at the 2. With 4 downs to punch it in and retake the lead. Quick 3rd quarter, already 4:14 left to play. Olave.
They get it in this time.
Walked that one right in the end zone, and Honor Falave.
That's 2 for him on the day.
2-yard touchdown run, and the Dons retake the lead 20-17 with 4:08 left to go in the 3rd. Good-looking drive by the Dons.
Great way to start. And I love how they consistently put themselves in positions where they can go for it on 4th down. And that they can make those plays. Because every time they go for it on 4th down, they're going to make a giant play to leap right in front of the end zone.
Teams don't do that. Teams generally will not do that on 4th down. But when you have someone like Honor Falave on your team, you can do a lot of creative things on a 4th and long. Extra point.
Right up the uprights. And Cathedral takes that lead 21-7 now. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. This is an amazing game we have going on here, defense and offense alike.
Yeah, 2 outstanding programs. These are top 15 schools in the state. As we had spoken earlier, Orange Lutheran coming to this game 0-1. They lost really just a heartbreaker last week to Miami Central, who was ranked 28th in the nation. 23-22 in the waning moments of that ball game. So they're looking for some redemption here tonight. But Cathedral Catholic in their home opener, they're not going to give anything up.
And I think that's the pressure, because when you have Cathedral making that home opener, they are pressured to win to start the season right. But when you're Orange Lutheran and you're playing these hard teams and these hard schedules, and you're starting off with a loss, and continue with another loss, does not really see good vibes, especially with the kind of schedule you have coming up here.
Yeah, I want to walk through that schedule once we get to the after the kickoff here. This is just a murderer's row of teams
I don't know what they were cooking up here.
That's again the kick into the end zone, and all Orange Lutheran can do is watch as they'll start at their own 20-yard line. So those who know high school sports, specifically high school football, listen to this. Orange Lutheran, of course, we know they're in the Trinity League. They're going to have their league games. They're going to be in some of the best teams in the nation. But they open against Miami Central, number 28 in the U.S., number 6 in Florida. Tough night, nail-biter loss there. Take on Cathedral Catholic, the number 1 team in San Diego, number 11 in California. Next week, they they come back home to Arizona against Basha of Arizona, the number 1 team in that state. And they're ranked 13th in the nation. And it gets uglier from there. Hold on. As Christensen got nowhere to go, as we have a little extracurricular activity going on after the play, but no harm, no foul, and no gain on the play. We have 2nd and 10.
I want to point out what I talked about earlier in the start of this of the game. Austin Atala on the offensive tackle, you desperately needed him. He's that Texas Tech commit. I believe it was the eligibility that kept him off, and I think that's definitely a missing piece they needed for this.
I know, question. He's someone I'm not sure when he's going to be available. I think it's after 4 or 5 games. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules there, but we got a player coming off the field for Cathedral, being helped off the field. Can't see his number until I see his number.
His number 95. He's had a very hard game today. They've been
battered the entire match, and that he came down early in the start of the game, but continued through that. But I believe he's going to be coming off here now.
2nd and 10. As Brown throws out into the flat, wide open, and plenty of room to run up the field with some blocking, and gets all the way down to the 44-yard line. Boy, that was a kind of breakdown on the right side of the Dons defense. So a 24-yard pass and catch and run. And the Lancers back on the drive again. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers near side for Ezra Brown. And Brown will take it right up the middle for play action, and they're not going to go a whole lot here because he runs into a lot of camo jerseys. But he'll squeeze out about 2 yards on the quarterback keeper up the middle. Cal Lutheran. That's a Division III college football team, folks. Orange Lutheran. We'll go 3 receivers wide near side. Brown's going short side with a pass complete. And fighting his way down to cross midfield to the 44-yard line is Bland.
Yep.
Having a great night.
They're taking big advantages of those slant routes and the screen passes here. They're going to keep pushing them there, take slow chunks off the offense until they wear them down.
Individual corners are flying deep, so that's giving some room underneath. Christensen with the carry. Christensen is buried at midfield. Great pursuit on the play by the Dons outside linebacking staff.
And Hudson Plume there again. That's going to force, I think, the 4th down now.
That was a key 3rd and 1.
Wow. That was a huge defensive stop right there. Super needed it. And now this gives the Dons offense a chance to roll back on here and take a chance to score and extend their lead.
The Cathedral defense does the job, forcing Orange Lutheran to punt it away. Not much rush this time, and end over end kick will bounce to the 20. Picked up at the 12. They're looking for some room. Gets by one defender. Finds that left edge. Across the 30. He's got room now. Flags down. As Cook is calling out his block errors downfield. Gets by to the 25-yard line. Still on his feet. Finally dances out of bounds at the 17. But flags down near the 35-yard line. And I got a feeling we're going to get a legal block.
There was a huge hit there coming up there. I think I can't find the number, but it was a big hit there that sent the Orange Lutheran player completely on his back. But that set them up for Isaac Cook to go down there, but I believe they're going to call that one back.
It'll look good on films, but unfortunately it's coming back. Cook with some big plays here tonight. And again, we talked about this in the pregame. The focus is always going to be on number 9, Honor Falave. But you cannot sleep on Isaac Cook. He is one of the best wideouts and kick returners, not just in the San Diego section, but really in the state.
And San Diego, the San Diego State Athletics, they made a point in their recruiting process that they want to get San Diego natives and San Diego-born athletes, and Isaac Cook is just that. That's why he's committed there. He knows he has a spot and a future there, and I feel like he's going to make a name for himself there.
He's always been impressive with the years that I've been watching him play here.
Especially with the special team movement.
Very versatile player, offense, defense, special teams. And it forces teams not to focus on Falave. You have to keep an eye on number 4.
And that's the depth I was talking about at the start of the pregame. Like, when you have a roster with so much depth like that, you have opportunities to make so many interesting plays and interesting outcomes that you can make with here. Like Isaac Cook with the speed, when Honor's not there, you can have Honor as a decoy. But then when you have Honor making the route, you have them thinking Isaac's going deep. But then you have Honor on a flat when he's going to run that up the field because you're so deep far, you have nothing to do.
We're going to have offsetting penalties, Olu and Cathedral. So what are we going to do here? We're going to have to repunt this.
They're going to run it back?
Yeah, we're going to repunt this one.
You don't see that often.
No, it was a great return. I hate to see him lose that, but it was interesting to see. I didn't see it because it would happen behind the ball. So evidently these are offsetting penalties. And so we're going to repunt this one. And I guarantee you Orange Lutheran is not going to want to punt this one to Cook again.
Well, I think that bounce landed right into his hands. I think they were expecting a bounce to go back. But that landed right into Cook's hands, and that huge block just said it differently.
1:38 left to play in this third quarter. Don's up 21-17 in a big-time state matchup between two top 15 teams. So we're going to try this one again with Wickman. And just as I thought, he kicked it toward the sidelines. He coughed in corner. He said, I want nothing to do with Isaac Cook again.
I think
a flag comes out
I think
late.
the punt went out of bounds.
It did.
It did go out of bounds, yeah.
And that's okay because that's where they'll take the ball from a punt. But the flag just came out because things are starting to get a little bit chippy here. 1:31 left to go in the third.
You get a penalty counter on here, man.
It's a lot more than, it can't.
Like TC, I'm telling you, man, I see a lot of penalties in sports, but this, I feel like in high school football, you don't see this many in a quarter.
You didn't cover the game I did last week. Wow.
Really?
There were about 7 personal foul penalties in the first half alone. Personal foul penalties.
Personal foul. That.
It was a physical ball game between Jay Sarah and Sarah Canyon.
They care about the game. They're
playing hard. And remember, we are just getting underway here in the 2026 campaign, and there's things to work on, and there's a lot of excitement, a lot of adrenaline. A lot of adrenaline moving, and sometimes you get a little bit out of control early on. So these are just things you work on throughout the season. Get a little bit better every week.
Their offense is going completely to the other side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to move the ball to the far hash down to the 10-yard line. So evidently, Cathedral Catholic, it was a penalty.
I guess the penalty was not on the kicking team.
And it was a personal foul penalty. That's going to be their own 10-yard line. That is where the Dons will start this possession. 1st and 10. No safeties, and they're going to run this one out for Lave. Well, I'm telling you, it was a great job. That front 7 does a great job for Olu. But if Falave gets beyond the second level, there's nobody who's going to catch him beyond that because Orange Lutheran is not playing a deep safety.
He ran one of the fastest 40s in high school in the history of high school football. Like, let that sink in for a moment.
Like, that's insane. I never see that, TC. When we have players like that, they can run that fast. And when they burst off the line, and they're heavy hitters too, impressive work.
He's not a guy who's going to fall down on first contact. He will battle you all the way through the tackle. 2nd and 9. Slant pass complete to Cook. Cook powers over to the defender all the way to the 24-yard line. And I think they're going to start taking a little more advantage of that because he's getting one-on-one coverage with no safety help on top.
And it was Chauncey Washington the second on there, and he's such a lockdown corner. But when you have the speed of Cook making the slant route right there, I've seen that 3 times today. And they're making that play super quickly, and he hits that hit stick on the bottom of his shoulder and keeps that run going.
And that's a good matchup between Washington and Cook. Those are 2 of the best around in Southern California. So the first down after the Cook reception. They go pistol formation. Mail, the snap, going to fire it quick again. Through that same pass. This time Cook saw the defender coming. Kind of got a little bit of alligator arms there.
Now that same slant route I was just talking to you about. And that's the fourth time we said, but they saw that one coming.
And this time the outside linebacker skated all the way out there and said, I see number 4, I see you. I said, you're not going to make that play twice. So incomplete pass makes it second down and 10.
They make mistakes, but you learn from them. They're not going to make that same mistake twice.
That's a sign of a good team, kind of a well-coached team. 20 seconds left in this fast-moving third quarter. 21-17 Dons. Cathedral Catholic with a football, 2nd and 10. They'll try to work this one right up the middle, and there's just a menagerie of bodies right there. Got a 2-yard pickup on the play, and that'll probably be the last play of this third quarter. As we are done with 3 here from Cathedral Catholic High School. Still tight. Cathedral Catholic with a 21-17 lead over Orange Lutheran. We'll be back in just a few moments for the fourth quarter of play here on the Dons Network. Getting ready for the fourth quarter of play here from Cathedral Catholic High School. Dons with a 21-17 lead over Orange Lutheran. Want to get you up to date on some scores from around the San Diego section. Clovis West out of Fresno. They have extended their lead over La Costa Canyon, 37-28. That is a barn burner there in Carlsbad.
La Costa Canyon, they had a great start with that shutout, 38-0, I think, in their last game. And see from Clovis West coming out of nowhere, I feel like they're going to have advantage taken away, and says that might bump them down.
Well, it's a good Clovis West football team. They're ranked in the top 25 in the state. So no harm there. Army-Navy with a 27-21 lead over Southwest San Diego. Claremont, look at that team, 26-8 over Castle Park. While Lincoln and Pacifica in the big game tied up at 14 apiece in the third. Back to the game here. Starting the fourth quarter of play, Dons have the football. And Mayo looking to throw. Going deep down the near sideline.
Just a bit over.
Trying to get to his man.
Great coverage there, though, by Matthew Zappian. That was an incredible play right there.
Lucero was the intended receiver on that play. Not a bad pass, but well covered on the play.
He makes sure to close that speed, Matthew Zappian. I love how he's keeping on his man, but also making sure to press him back so he's not reaching too far, because that caused Smith there to just chuck it up and see if he can get there.
Yeah, this is an all-state secondary for Orange Lutheran. That'll bring up 4th down and 7. We have an injured player down on the field. An injury timeout on the field. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Looks like we're going to good sign here. He's up and walking on his own power. Looks like Mr. Busolacci, fellow Italian, coming off a little bit of a gimp, and I think he's going to be okay.
Get some rest there coming up here. When
the trainers take a look at him.
Looks like they're going to be punting this one here, though.
Yep. 4th and 7, and the Dons starting the fourth quarter of play. We'll be punting this one away. Good defensive effort on that series by Orange Lutheran. Bergman back at his own 10-yard line, ready to punt this one away. Heavy rush, just gets it off. And a good-looking kick. It was about to take a Don's bounce before it hit a Don player in the foot. But Bergman with a good boot all the way down to the 34-yard line where Orange Lutheran will take over.
That was a scary play right there. That was almost a block punt. I was like, I thought that was blocked for a sec.
It was close.
It was very close.
And the Dons are known for their outstanding special teams play, so it's rare to see them give up a block punt or a block kick.
And Bryce Bergman there, he angled that ball just a bit to the left with his foot to make sure that wasn't a block kick, so he read that perfectly, so good on him too.
One of my favorite kickers in the conference, rather in the section. 1st and 10 for Ezra Brown and the Orange Lutheran offense. Again, right up the gut. They're going to stay with the ground game with Christensen. And they're actually going to be staying in the game with Ezra Brown at quarterback. We have not seen Reagan Toki for a while. We didn't see him probably since he left in the first half. So they're putting the ball in Ezra Brown's hands for the offense of the Lancers.
He's been that speedster for this game so far. I think they're going to trust him because they see the D-line here making a lot of moves, so they're going to ask him a lot here with the running game.
Brown back to throw and plenty of time. Has a man in the seam. Complete. Great move at midfield. Still on his feet. One man left to beat down the sideline, and he may be in. He is in.
Wow.
66-yard connection between Brown and
Chris Flores.
It is Chris Flores. Holy cow.
Completely flipped the game upside down right there. That's incredible. And they right to start off the drive, completely took it down the middle and cut her up there. And they get no man to beat. The blocking there as well set them up for that perfect touchdown there.
Flores showing his speed and a nice pass by Brown, finding Flores right down the seam in the middle of the field. And once he got the football, he made the magic happen. 66-yard touchdown connection for Olu as the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And the Lancers retake the lead, 24-21 with 11:04 left to go in this ball game. Well, that was a quick strike.
You got a lot to ask of Honor here. You know, I feel like he's going to be the bell cow horseman here to push this offense here, but he's been used a lot this game. He's been very needed here, I think, for this team and for this specific game.
It's kind of a low-scoring first half. A lot of defensive plays in the first half. It's kind of opened up a little bit here in the second half of play.
I think it's what Orange Lutheran is going to be all about this season. Is they're going to be that defense is what's going to set them apart from the other teams. And I think when they're playing these super hard teams coming up down their schedule, their defense is what's going to keep them close. And hopefully against teams like that, they can keep that there. Especially against teams like St. John Bosco and Modern Day.
How about Sierra Canyon? How about Servite? How about Santa Margarita, number 2 team in California, number 6 team in the nation? That's who they get to finish the season with.
Wow.
It doesn't sound like a whole lot
brutal.
of fun to me. I mean, there's no downtime. Every week is against one of the top teams in the nation. Every week is a playoff game. That's going to.
And it's a lot of eyes on them too. Yeah. A lot of the world when you have the top teams, countries.
They'll be watched a great deal. Kickoff taken down at the 5-yard line. Sets up his blocking across the 25 and to the 26. So a good return for the Dons, and that's where they'll take over. As the offense needs to get something going here. Having punted on their last possession. Opening drive of their first drive of the second half did end up in a 2-yard touchdown run by Falave.
I feel making sure to give the rock to Honor, I feel like is what's going to put this team ahead and get them going on this drive with 10 minutes, 59 seconds to go. I think you got a lot of time here to make some plays with 3 timeouts on both sides of the ball. So there's a lot of football still to be played here in this fourth quarter. But this drive is important.
Agreed. 2 tight end set. They're going to go right up the middle with it. And bouncing out to the outside, and ball came loose. I don't know. Orange Lutheran says they got it.
Yep.
And
knocked it right out of his hands.
Cathedral Catholic coughs up the football on their first play of the possession, and Orange Lutheran takes advantage, pounces on it, and now has a short field, 1st and 10, at the 32-yard line of the Dons. Wow. Now it's danger time for Cathedral Catholic.
That was a
another
huge play. The Orange Lutheran's taking over in this fourth quarter. They flipped this game upside down with that touchdown early, and then now this turnover. They've had 2 turnovers this game so far over the Dons 0.
And now this one ends before it starts as Cathedral takes their first timeout.
They have a lot to think over here, a lot to talk over.
There's a lot to kind of unpeel here and just relax, get the team down a little bit, relax them. And let's focus on this defensive stop. Let's get back to the scores in the San Diego Southern section. Let's update these a little bit. Make sure we got you the latest and greatest. Escondido Charter rolled over O'Farrell Charter 53-13. Clovis West now extending their lead over La Costa Canyon 44-28. Army-Navy with a 30-21 lead over southwest of San Diego. Claremont rolling. Look at these guys. Looking for the first win of the year. 32-8 over Castle Park. That one's in the fourth. Pacifica with a touchdown lead over Lincoln, 28-21. That one late in the third. Helix blanking Imperial from the Imperial Valley, 21-0. Keep an eye on Helix this season. Point Loma 13-7 over Otay Ranch. Mira Mesa 14-7 over Hoover in the third. We'll get back to the action here from Cathedral Catholic.
They have the 3 men on the right side is their 3 core receivers. I think they look for some big plays coming up the middle.
There you go with Christensen in the backfield. Gets by a defender and fights his way forward for 2. He was down probably 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Able to break a tackle and get 2 yards on the play.
And again, they're going to make these fast-paced plays here. They're looking to get right to it.
Back on it, Brown rolling left. Looks like he's going to tuck and run. Gets to the corner and finally out of bounds near the 20-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
I feel like the best thing they can do now is try to force a field goal here, because one field goal will put them up 27-21, and a touchdown for the Dons will take the lead by 1. And I think that's what they need. They need to stop and try to push them back and hold them, not try to get that sack. Just keep them where they are. Not let them get too much space here when you're trying to make an interception or anything or sack.
Yeah,
just keep them where they are.
Yeah, touchdown makes it tough. Christensen, this time, no go up the middle.
It's exactly what you need. That's perfect. That's letter book what I'm talking about.
Met immediately and rudely by the
Once again, Hudson Plune there, number 10 for the Dons. A great play right there, stuffed up the middle.
Boone drops him back a couple a yard or two, brings it second down and 10.
And the spread flats there.
They'll send everybody out. Empties the backfield. Brown looking to throw again. Rolling off to his left. Flag down. We might have holding there. Nice passing connection and at the 17-yard line before falling brought down by Bland. But I think we're going to get offensive holding.
It's looking like they're going to put that one back. Coach Doyle sees that one too.
Yep. You can almost see that from here in the press box, the holding from the right side of the offensive line. Yep.
That's good there for the Dons. That was definitely needed. That was a needed penalty call right there. It's going to set them back, and now they have a lot of yards to go to catch up. And this puts them back more, so even field goal range might be out of the question.
Yeah, 2nd and 20. And we're going to have another timeout on the field. And who gets to call this one? This time it's going to be Olu with their first timeout of the half. We're going to jump right back into scores again because we never get an opportunity. Their offenses go so quickly that we can't even talk to you guys about this stuff. So Mira Mesa in the third quarter, they're up 14-7 over Hoover. Hamilton out of Anza, that's a little town way out there above Palm Springs, 35-0 over Victory Christian. Santana blanking Crawford, 35-0. They're looking for their second win of the season. Mount Carmel, La Jolla Country Day knotted up at 14 apiece in the fourth. Carlsbad rolling over Oceanside. Oceanside, after their big upset win over Granite Hills last week, they came in flat, obviously, against Carlsbad, because Carlsbad's just rolling 28-0.
Oceanside's they have a lot of eyes on them this season, hoping to do good. And interesting is Koa Smith was transferred to
Oceanside, but then went right back home.
Yeah,
whatever does.
That was an interesting transfer play. I wasn't sure what happened there. He's been had a cup of coffee with Oceanside and went right back. Okay, whatever happens. But he's here now playing quarterback for Cathedral as Lutheran goes 4 receivers near side. And guess who's going to run it again? That's Ezra Brown. He finds a man open in the flat. Tries to make a spin move at the 23. Can't get away from the defender. But still a completed pass for about 8.
Makes up that yard from the penalty there. That was a good play there, though. And I feel like that's good if they got that pass off instead of the run, because the run, there's a lot of open room. And I feel like it could have gone more than 8. And that pass kind of sets it to shorter.
You're right. It was more than 8. 12 on the play. Call it 3rd and 13 from the 23-yard line of the Dons. It was Chris Flores on the reception. Brown rolls left. Fires out in the flat. That's Bland. He's dangerous to the 30-yard line and leaps forward to about the 16.
Still short, though.
That's going to bring up a 4th down, and here comes your field goal unit, Thomas, as you predicted.
This is, I think, a play where we need to see a block, which is, of course, what you always want to see. But this is, I think, a key one. If you want to make this game
more separation when you score, this block is needed, and I think we can see one here. They're spreading out their D-line over here and making sure they can get around. And they have, I think they have Honor over there.
Wow, 34-yard field goal attempt by Toby Wickman. Good snap, hold us down. Oh, that was blocked.
Wow, that was Honor.
Rolling in.
Oh, wait, what was that? Was that Honor?
No,
number 3.
So. That ball was on a line drive, but they got a,
wow.
The defender for Cathedral Catholic got a piece of that, and the field goal attempt is no good.
Oh, that was Titus Napoleon. Amazing block. Wow. I mean, I think I just have eyes around the back of my head because I can see everything. I've called 2 of those amazing plays right there for the Dons. And Titus Napoleon, he's such a hard hitter, man.
Yeah.
And that football IQ he has is insane. I've done his research on him. He's incredible. And like I said, just like John Luke, he's a homegrown player here since his freshman year to senior year. He's been built off this program.
Well, I tell you, that special teams unit for the Dons, historically every year, as strong as it gets, right there it pays off with a blocked field goal. Ball turns right back over to the Dons with an opportunity, trailing by 3. 1st and 10 from the 120. They're going to go up the middle, and Mo met in the backfield immediately by white jerseys, and nothing doing on that play. Flores had nowhere to go.
I think a starting goal for this drive is just to get some like big chunk plays, because consistency is important when you need those small plays, but you need some chunks to separate that as well. Because when you have this amazing D line that's just completely sucking up the entire O line and containing them in one spot and not letting the running backs get through, you need to have the open flats here for the receivers and also for big chunk plays when you have screen routes.
And their complaint over the offseason was Orange Lutheran's defensive line was the weakness of their defense. Doesn't look like that tonight. Go out in the flat to Cook again, complete the 23. Cook spins away from one man, can't by another, and that was a little late. And the flag comes flying in. And Chauncey Washington's going to be called for a late hit on the sideline against Cook, and he's going to hand Cathedral Catholic another 15 yards and a first down. Not a Phi Beta Kappa play by Washington.
Of course, that helps us, but
that's a mistake. That's a big mistake. That's big because that would have been a 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 10, and now it's a first down, and that's going to bring the ball even closer, right, almost into their territory. About
critical mistake by Chauncey Washington, one of the best defensive backs in Southern California, to be quite honest, but right there, not one of his better plays.
That mistake's going to put them on the 40-yard line of the right hash and gives the Dons some good livelihood here, get some good movement that they can make here. And I believe that we have Isaac Cook here on our right side, and then John Luca coming up here. We put them across each other. They're going to make some good plays here.
Cook goes in motion across the formation. McGive up again to the middle. Going to bounce out to the right side, fighting from yardage. Boy, just battling. It takes about 3-4 white jerseys just to get him down.
The man pile over there.
Tough 3-yard gain.
Honor there
by Falave.
Shout out to Orange Lutheran. I feel like they've contained Honor very well.
Well, they know who to stop. I mean, you play number 9. You got to find ways to stop him.
They completely see him, and they completely see what he's doing, and they know. They've studied him. They've done their research, that we can see, and they've contained him. They've contained him very well. He's had those big plays, of course, today, but he knows how to contain.
Orange Lutheran plays the best teams in the nation every year, so they've seen some of the best talent in the country.
They know the drill.
Week after week, exactly right.
But again, you have Honor in the backfield with that standing up position, as I mentioned. I think they're going to have to run here.
2nd and 7. Mayall on a read option. How he got out of that little Houdini room across midfield. Mayall using his legs across the 30.
Wow.
That was basically a broken play and
freestyle
and a misread by Mayall. And he said, you know what, I'm going to have to fix this. Did a reverse or an about face down the right sideline and got all the way to the 30-yard line of Orange Lutheran.
I'm telling you, Kobe Smith is such a good playmaker. I'm seeing NFL parallels with Lamar Jackson over here, like I said before. Like, he can make a play out of anything. He can make plays out of anything. And he's running around the entire field. He's freestyled that whole play. That was perfect.
Great maneuvering there. Great reading from on their defense.
Big play by Mayall down to the 30-yard line of Orange Lutheran. But this time looking to throw on the flat. That one's a little short and
almost picked.
Yeah, that was a great closing speed by
maybe Honor Gray Johnson.
Andrew Johnson.
Wow.
He almost came up with a pick off the short pass. They'll fall incomplete. 7:31 to play in this ball game. Don's trailing by 3, but they're on the march and knocking on the door at the 30-yard line of Orange Lutheran.
One of their goals for this drive was to get past to their territory, and they did just that. And then now they're taking control, and I think Koa Smith was a big piece of this, and I'm very glad to see how he's working.
And then now we're seeing, instead of Honor in the backfield, we have Honor on their left side, and we have Smith on the other side in the back.
Goes down looking to Cook again in the flat. Plenty of room at the 25-yard line.
Still going.
And still moving forward. Boy, he just put his head down and just bulldozed forward. And Washington had the toughest time trying to bring him down. And he gets all the way down. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 16. But that's going to move the chains, and it's another Don's first down.
The blocking here is just great. And I love Isaac Cook's had a game today. Very impressed.
And we talked about it in the pregame. That, we talk about Honor Falave all day long. But if you keep your eye off number 4, he is going to make you pay, and he has done that here tonight. And he's done it against one of the best secondaries in the state.
That's a great work. That's San Diego State is getting a gem.
1st and 10 for the Dons. Looking to regain the lead at the 15-yard line of Orange Lutheran. Now surveying the field. Got some time. Plenty of room on the left side. No, he's going to throw this one out in the corner and try to put it in a spot where either his receiver could get it or it would just go out of bounds. And so that one will fall incomplete.
Chauncey Washington, man, he supports that run defense a lot, but when he gets out into the flats into man coverage, he locks him down. That was a great play.
Father was a running back at USC, had a little bit of time in the NFL. So 2nd and 10 from the 15 of Orange Lutheran. Cathedral cannot waste this opportunity. Field goal ties it, but they want to find their way into the end zone. And Mayo looking at the sideline for a play call. There's something on the defense they're not liking. And he's looking to possibly change the player, and they're going to stick with it. Here they come. Mayo the throw, throwing over the top. And that one intended for his big tight end, incomplete, well covered on the play by Washington. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Got a lot to think about here because with 7 minutes to go, you have a chance to take a field goal here if you can't get this. But 3rd and 10, you still have a chance here. This is a big play. This is a big play right here. It's a big play.
It'll be interesting with the play, how creative they'll be on the play call here. Nice to see Busalachi back in the game. He came out a little earlier. A little bit of a hitch in his get-along, but it looks like he's running fine now. 2 receivers near side. They'll spread the formation with 4 receivers. 3rd and 10. Out in the flat. Slip screen to Cook. And this time that's not going to work. And Orange Lutheran all over it. And Cook is dropped for about a 1-yard gain, or maybe right back to the line of scrimmage.
There comes the kicking team.
That's an interesting play call on 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
That deep in your enemy territory.
They've been all over the flats. I feel like that's something that they can control easily, and they took advantage of that play.
Hopefully Bergman can put these up the uprights.
The 32-yard field goal attempt by Bergman. That's usually a chip shot for him. No snap, kick is up.
There,
it is perfect.
That's the equalizer right there. 24s now.
We're right back to where we started from. 24 apiece.
We got a ball game.
Yeah,
we got a ball game.
we
got a ball. This is an amazing game right here. I love it.
6:28 to play in the final stanza, and we are all tied up at 24 apiece. Last time these two teams played, they went down to the wire as well. Of course, the score was about 3 times as high as it is today. That was a crazy 71-62 Cathedral Catholic win in that 2021 State Division I AA championship game. That was just a shootout. Nobody wanted to play defense that day.
Sometimes defensive games are important to set the reality in, but offensive games are always a joy to watch.
Yep. So Bergman connects with from 32 to tie this ball game up. So now Orange Lutheran will have 6:28 and 2 timeouts to work with. Got to retake the lead while the Dons look to stop that approach. Line drive kick. Bounces all the way down to the 1. Picked up, and here we go on a run. You can't let him get out the outside, and he made a nice return, but a flag coming in late. We may have an illegal block against Orange Lutheran.
That's big for the Dons there, though.
Anor Johnson with a nice return, but this one may be coming back. Oh, this one's going to go against Cathedral Catholic.
Ooh. They got to talk over this one here. I see the refs were talking with the Orange Lutheran squad.
There's a block below the knees, or contact below the knees. So let's see what they decide to do here. Looks like they're going to put the football down at the 25.
I don't think they labeled the penalty. I think they called it off.
They may have done just that. No, here they're going to walk this one off. Here we go.
There we go. Dang it.
So I think it was contact below the knees against Cathedral Catholic. Brings the ball to the 41-yard line of Orange Lutheran. So they get good field position to start this possession with 6:23 to play in this ball game. So Brown has gone most of the distance at quarterback for Olu. Wide receiver screen right. And a nice chunk of yardage, about 7 yards on the play, to Flores.
Chris Flores and Nico Bland have been farming the post and the screen routes here. They've been doing that all day, and it's been catching Cathedral off guard. But once I feel like Cathedral sees that they're going to keep doing that, which I'm surprised they haven't noticed that already, because it's been giving them a lot of openings here.
Yep.
But once they get a hand on that, I think they're going to rely on the run game, and then that's wraps because they're going to stop that one too.
Christensen's going to take this one off right guard. Christensen's going to break a couple tackles, get close to the first down across midfield. To that point, Thomas, both defensive secondaries are playing off their defenders, off the receivers. I mean, they recognize the speed and talent that they have, that both these teams' receivers have, and which is opening up the screens, which is opening up those short passes out in the flat. It's just giving them opportunities on those slants. So there's a lot of respect by secondary on both teams, knowing both groups of receivers are very talented. Brown looking to throw again under pressure, throws out in the flat, running back circle and down to about the 42-yard line of Cathedral Catholic, close to a first down, probably about 2 yards shy. Whenever they decide to mark this.
They're going to roll right away. They're going right away in this one.
Up-tempo offense for the Lancers. Christensen again, this time finding room over the right side, gets to the edge and close to the 30-yard line, but a flag comes down behind the play.
I think Orange Lutheran knew they made that mistake. I saw the number 12 here. Ezra Brown shrugged that off there.
And usually that's in a spot where it's an illegal block or holding against the offense. We'll see what the officials have to say. And it's holding against the Lancers.
That's a big penalty. With 5 minutes to go in this game. That's big.
And after such a good play by Christensen, and marks the ball back into Lancer territory at the 48. We talked about in the first half, a lot of penalties here tonight for both teams. Not so much in the second half, but the first half was a little bit littered with yellow laundry. 2nd and 13 for Olu. They sent 3 receivers near side. As Don's player is being helped off the field. That was Noah Lauifi. And we're ready to get back to action here as Brown gives it again up to Christensen, and Christensen
stuffed at the middle.
Yeah, he just tried to bounce outside, but nothing doing there, so he'll get 2 yards back to midfield. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10, maybe 3rd and 11.
Hudson Plume is a man of the match, I feel like, today on the defensive side. He has completely led this defense to some amazing plays and some amazing stops, and every time I'm seeing them stuff up the middle, I see Hudson first person up, getting up, and the first person to make the tackle.
Yeah, he's having a tremendous defensive night. 3rd and 11 for Olu. Big play down here for the Dons. Part of the middle complete to Flores, and Flores fighting for that sticks, and the Dons say, no way we're going to let you get there.
Just got him down short.
And he's going to be, I think you're right, I think he's going to be just shy of the first.
There's some questions here. What do you do? Do you take the chance here or do you punt it? It looks like they're going to take it.
Oh, I think so. I think you're in no man's land right here at the 41-yard line. Just like, let's go for it.
With 4 minutes left, you got to take this chance.
4th and 2 for Orange Lutheran. We're going to get a timeout here by somebody.
And Cathedral, they want to think this one over.
They do. They want to talk this one over defensively. Timeout on the field. 4th and 2 for Orange Lutheran at the 41-yard line. The Dons, big play coming up in this ball game. As we send you back into our scoreboard, as anyone who's into the Imperial Valley will know, Calipatria with a 25-22 lead against Foothill Christian. Most of these are fourth quarter scores. Eastlake and Morrison, a baseball game, 10-8 Eastlake. Ramona up over Poway. A little bit of a surprise there, 13-10.
Yeah. Poway's got a fresh roster. They got a fresh roster of new guys. Lost a lot.
Very strong team. Granite Hills and Modern Day still showing at 14. I don't think that has been updated. Anything in the second quarter? Great Oak of Temecula with a 27-14 lead over San Marcos, my hometown. Come on, Knights, get back in that ball
both our hometowns are not came the other game.
Oh, is it Temecula?
Poway.
Oh, Poway, yeah. Our teams need to start picking it up here. Classical Academy just blanking Escondido. Escondido's just had a few years of rough seasons. 39-0, Classical Academy with a lead. And Del Norte, 19-14 over Saints Augustine. And Mission Hills, my other San Marcos team, up 21-0 over Quartz Hill of Lancaster.
Stadium pulse getting big here. Sidelines jumping. Everyone's getting loud here.
This is huge.
It's a huge play.
4th and 2 for Orange Lutheran from the 41 of the Dons. 4:07 to play. They give it to the big back, and he powers his way off the right side and just carrying people with him. Ball came loose. How late it came loose will be the question.
There, call that off and say it's a dead ball.
Holy cow. Emmanuel Walton, 6'1", 225 with a carry. He's a backup quarterback, and he powered his way off the right side, just carrying camo jerseys with him.
Smart play. I feel like when if you're on the defense and you see a different QB under center, I feel like you can read that well and say that I think they're gonna have something up their sleeve with the run game here. That was a smart play there. I love that call.
So 5-yard pickup by the big sophomore quarterback.
And about with just about 3 minutes 55, come close. 2 timeouts they have.
Under 4 to play. Drive stays alive. Christensen pinballs of a player, and then pass was over to Flores, and that even had me fooled because I thought the play action was to Flores in the middle, but a nice pass by Brown to Flores. And that'll be a pickup of close to 10. In fact, they're going to say, hey, move the chains. And the ball at the 24-yard line. So the Dons defense needing to bear down here.
I pointed out earlier that they've had 0 turnovers tonight, and I feel like that's kind of huge. You need to have at least one of these guys get a turnover here. The thing is, they're not going to throw over to Honor because Honor's been locking them down there when he's in coverage.
Blitz coming, and they're going to run this ball up the middle with Christensen, and Christensen has just been phenomenal all night long, all the way down to the 16-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play, and they're starting to really wear down this Dons defense a bit. 9th play of the drive coming up.
You see the wear and tear coming down from the D-line there. Less energetic as they were before, and now they're just going to spam the ball up the middle, and I feel like they're getting 10 yards per play.
244 and counting. Brown's going to take a call his own number, and Brown hesitates a bit at the 8 and takes a hit, but falls down close to the 5-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and goal for Orange Lutheran.
I think they didn't want to score too quickly there because they have a lot of clock to go. I feel like if Cathedral let that one in, they would have had some time to make that play, but smart decision there for Orange Lutheran to take that slide there.
This has been an outstanding drive. Started at their own 41-yard line. It was 6:13 to play and already 2:25 left. And they've just been moving this ball downfield.
And I've seen before, their Cathedral's red zone defense, they can lock them down. They can make a play or two.
They're going to need to do it here on 1st and goal from the 1st and goal from the 6.
They got to channel a lot of energy here and a lot of power to get this play going.
Brown looking over to the sidelines for the play call. Gets it. 3 receivers near side to us. Christensen gets the call again. forces his way to about the 5 before he is met. And he'll get about a yard, no more on the play. The Dons looking to lock down here for a goal, much needed goal line stand. As the clock continues to churn down, 90 seconds left to play in this ball game. We're knotted up at 24.
Defense got a lot of pressure on them because this is a must-win. This must-win drive for Orange Lutheran.
Lou already in field goal range. They know their kicker can hit a game winner from here.
Unless we have the special teams of the Dons get that block there, but let's see here.
Christensen again. Christensen's going to power his way through, and with a little help from his lineman into the end zone. Touchdown, Orange Lutheran. 5-yard touchdown run by Ryan Christensen. And the Lancers take a 30-24 lead with 1:06 left to go in this ball game. So it's going to flip over to the Dons offense to find their way back into this one.
This is a scary setting. You got 1:06 to go. You only have one timeout. You got a long, depending on how good this kick is, you got a long range of field to go.
Let's see if they can come back with the same kind of block. This time, extra point is up, and it is good. And it's 31-24 Orange Lutheran in this top 15 state matchup. And now what can the Dons do with 1:06 to play and a timeout in their pocket? They've been here before. They found ways to make plays, and with both Cook and Falave, nothing's ever out of the realm of possibility.
This is going to be a huge drive for them. This is going to set them apart. It's their senior season, so they know they have eyes on them from their colleges. They know they have people watching this, and I think it's important to realize that these Isaac Cook, John Luca, Honor are going to be the 3 offensive horsemen that are going to lead this one. I think Isaac Flores as well on the running back side too. I think the goal is to figure out the plan with Honor. What's the plan with Honor for this drive? And that ball, the plan is to get the ball to him. To get the ball, I think what they need to do is stop running him up the middle, running him around. Get the O-line to pull off to the left and gives Honor some room to work around.
I think agree with you. They need to start looking at getting him on the edge and letting him work through the sidelines because
he works well on the edge.
Yeah, in the middle of that Orange Lutheran defensive front is just so hard to run through.
They got big guys all over there, man. Insane.
Tough front seven. So now 1:06 to play. Orange Lutheran ready to boot this one away. They're going to try to keep it away from Cook, no question about it. And we can't get this one underway as the officials say, hey, Olu with a timeout. So they have one left.
I feel like they're playing something with this kick here. They're trying to make another slant kick to Trudell.
I think the first thing he's saying is do not kick it to number 4.
Don't get it to Cook, because if Cook gets that ball, that ball, I promise you, will be past the 50. And I see this game ahead.
Almighty Karnak. You can predict everything. This crystal ball.
I don't know how I see it. But I do. And I can see it, though. I can feel like Cathedral's got something planned going here.
Okay, for all you Rancho Bernardo fans, you guys have gone 2-0 with Coach Weddle at the helm. 44-0 over Brawley. What happened to Brawley? They started 0-2 this season. Used to be the class of the Imperial Valley, and they are really struggling. Great Oak defeated San Marcos 27-21. San Marcos goes to 1-1 on the season. Modern Day Catholic, Granite Hills locked up at 31 apiece in the 4th. Oh, that is a heck of a ball game.
Or hopefully we can see a 31 apiece here.
Exactly. So they're going to squib this one. Picked up at the 20-yard line.
That's Cook.
Cook spins away one man. Why would you kick it to Cook? He was all the way down to the 35. That's a good field position.
That was a bit of an unlucky bounce there, too. Oh, it's cramp.
Yeah, I think we have a Cathedral player down, and I think it's probably more just a cramp. It looks like he's going to be okay. In a day like this, the humidity is scary out here, and the heat is something else.
San Diego weather has not been very friendly to us lately.
No, we have been in the high 90s, low hundreds with high humidity. And that's typically, we got other players down, too, just trying to get the cramps out of the legs.
That's the thing. Honor's been working so hard this game. He's been running fast and cramps across the field from both of their star running players. And I think that's going to be calling for a lot of the other classmen to take that step up.
Yeah, someone's going to
come
have
up
to fill
big.
in. Exactly. Who next man up? As Cook comes to the sidelines after, looks like he's okay. He's just going to work that cramp out. But right now it's Cathedral Catholic, 1st and 10 at their own 35. They have 1:01 to play and down by 7.
About
Mayo will go with 4 receivers.
65.
Three-man rush, and Mayo nearly sacked. Gets out of that. Mayo just fires this one to the flat, complete at the 40. He made something out of nothing on that play.
Gray got that to the 40. I thought he was going to throw that away or he's going to run that ball, but he found a man. They were 5. That's good.
How he got out of that sack back there was crazy.
That spin move there was perfect. I love what he did there.
So he'll pick up near 5 on the play, and the little Houdini move in the backfield. Lucero with the grab, but still a ways to go. 2nd down from their own 40. Clock at 54 seconds.
They have on the left and they have that motion there. I feel like that gives them the touchdown chance.
3-man rush, giving Mayo some time. Now he's got to get rid of it. Fire finds a man in the middle of the field. What a catch. No, it bounces off him into the defender's hand. And the interception looking to go the distance, and I don't think anyone's going to catch him. King Johnson. Flags everywhere, but this might be celebration. I'm not sure. King Johnson with the INT pick 6. And we'll see what the flags are.
That was a big hit
the
there.
end
That
zone.
lost that ball right into the hands. That was a great read there by Orange Lutheran. That defense is is nasty.
And that's just a mean secondary. Yeah, you're going to have a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Orange Lutheran after the pick 6. But the score counts, and the Lancers look to have locked this one down 37-24 with 38 seconds left to play. Heartbreaker for Cathedral Catholic.
Not the way you want to start. Not the way to start. And I feel like we got a lot to think over here because there's a lot of turnovers this game, about 4, I think. That was the second interception from Koa Smith, and 2 fumbles in the day. Not what you want to see.
No, but again, first play, it's your first game of the year. You're playing Orange Lutheran, a team out of the Trinity League. This is one of the top league in the nation.
It's a hard start to the schedule, but
it is.
Again, it eases up at overtime.
And the extra point is good, and the Lancers are going to close the book on this one, 38-24, with 38 seconds to play. And speaking to your point, Thomas, Cathedral Catholic, they're going to travel for about 4 weeks. We're not going to be back here for about 5 weeks.
I've been pointing this out and all over. How come a team that just won the Open Division only 4 home games?
That isn't crazy.
It's so strange to me. But, I mean, you start off with Chandler. We faced off with them before. We've met these guys recently.
They're a good team. They're ranked number 23 in the nation.
US, so that's a hard one. So, again, if they start out slow like this, they're going to need to pick that up there. And next week is a very important game.
I'll tell you, they have to travel to Chandler, Arizona against Arizona's number 3 team. Then they have to travel down south to Mater Dei Catholic, who's looking good so far this season. Then they travel to Helix. Then they travel to Granite Hills, who, they're struggling a little bit, but this is still an outstanding team. Then they come home. Guess who we get? De La Salle.
They want to get their look back, man. They've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Chirping all over the place, man.
Boy, De La Salle took it to them last year, and they had a lot of injuries coming out of that game. But then, like you said, once they get into league play, it eases up a bit. At La Jolla, at Mission Bay. Boy, they don't get much at home. Point Loma, we know, is good, but they're going to have their eyes set on the Pointers after last year's loss.
Looks like they're also going to move the kickback.
After the penalty in the end zone, they'll move us back to the 25-yard line. And they finish the season here against Lincoln, currently ranked 3rd in the San Diego and 20th in the state. That'll be a heck of a ball game. And partner, we're only going to be here 4 times.
Yeah. It sucks, man. We'll be here more for y'all. But
unfortunately, it's going to be. I still think this is going to be a great season for Cathedral Catholic. It's a tough loss against an outstanding football team who plays in the toughest league in America.
When you're playing a team that isn't that strong of a conference and one of that strongest schedules, you're expected to play a team that's going to play hard.
Pooch kick down to about the 35, run back to 45, and that's where the Cathedral Catholic will jump back on the ball on offense with 33 ticks of the clock left in this ball game. The pick 6, the 55-yard interception by King Johnson was just the dagger in the heart of the Cathedral for this ball game.
Cathedral, they were banged up this game. There's a lot I see a lot of ice bags, a lot of tired people, man. It's insane. This game, I think Cathedral fought super hard. They battled their way, but I think the Orange Lutheran defense
it showed up today.
They really did. And
they showed up in a great way.
And it's a great secondary, I really think it's an unloved front line, which is really good. As they try to put Mayall on the ground, and they did just that. 3 rushing, and they still able to sack Mayall in the backfield. And this is the kind of time where you just let the clock run out. No reason to run another play here.
Tough loss to swallow to start the season, but again, we still got a long campaign to go.
It is a long campaign, and they start hitting the road for 4 consecutive weeks after tonight. And it starts with a game in Chandler, Arizona next week. But right here, Cathedral Catholic, they will come up short in their home opener, 38-24 to Orange Lutheran. Any final thoughts, partner?
I'm going to give Orange Lutheran their shout-outs. They played amazing. I think they took complete advantage of Cathedral's defense on the opportunities that they presented with both of the QBs in their pockets with Reagan Toki and Ezra Brown. I think Ezra Brown was the person of the game who was going to make all the run plays, and then Reagan was also the one that's going to command the offense. And they each had their own specific plot. And Nico Bland, what a game for him, man. I think he played amazing. And I think more of a shout-out was their running back.
Yeah, Ryan Christensen.
Ryan Christensen. What a game for him. I don't know how many rushing yards he had, but that's in the hundreds. That's in the hundreds. I think it was amazing work from him.
And he took a lot of hits from a lot of good Cathedral Catholic players.
Big guys.
So that's going to wrap up tonight's action here from Cathedral Catholic High School. We'd like to thank you for joining tonight's San Diego section matchup and hope that you'll tune in again for the Dons' next home sporting event. For our producer, Maddie Wynn, and our outstanding broadcast team, and my partner, Thomas, I'm T.C. Wardell saying good night from San Diego, California, and we look forward to you joining us again soon on the Cathedral Catholic Dons Network.